Greetings and salutations, visitors, I suppose, adventurers, and of course my players, whom always have the ability to accidentally just die when they play with me. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of lost track. I was doing something else and I just lost track. But we join back this week when the players are sitting in a tavern, enjoying themselves. At least Navin and Kowèn are enjoying themselves greatly, as they are both pissed and on the verge of falling asleep / puking, whilst Garris, Morgan, and Kristoff are sitting and having a more in-depth conversation of what the fuck is going on and how they should proceed. Now, the entire adventure started with the players being on a ship between Narets and Eris, where all of them was heading to meet a certain Madame Lysel. Now, the ship was run aground or attacked by pirates, and then lightning struck and shipwrecked them somewhere on the Corsair archipelago. And they found a temple, I suppose you can call it, somewhere on the island that held a tablet. Now, a man was pacing around in this temple as well, a man that they came to find out was named Anton Valois. Now, Anton talked a lot and tried to convince the players to help him get the tablet out, and then he would teleport them away to Eris. After the only person that was able to pass through the shadow barrier, which was Garris, went and picked out the tablet and gave it to Anton, he teleported the players away to their destination after having said that he perhaps wasn't looking to destroy them or looking for them for a good reason. In Eris, the players found out from Madame Lysel that the shadow fell and the material plane is about to kind of get fucked up. They're kind of drifting away from each other, or they're collapsing. It's a little bit unsure what is going on. Either way, something is up with this Shadowfell realm, and the players need to collect these tablets in order to restore the barriers erected around the material plane. They received a needle from Madame Lysel that leads them to the furthest away tablet, whilst they have also procured a needle by themselves. They're not certain where that this one is kind of pointing them, because it's changing direction as they're going. Garris found out that his good friend Kristoff was about to do something stupid a few days away in the Wailing Woods, and the party took a caravan, or a protection caravan service, to move over to the east. As they came to Riververge, they quickly found out where Kristoff was, and paid a bit of a price to be led to the edge of the Wailing Woods. They entered, scouted their way to another temple where they also found Kristoff and a large abomination, a spirit abomination, that they defeated. Inside the temple, they found it being dedicated to a weird god, one that nobody had ever heard of. This Iluntasuna was, according to what Morgan kind of pieced together, a god of darkness that has been either removed from history or killed. It's still uncertain. Morgan and Kowèn also got to spoke to this god and had a bit of a conversation about what to do and what not to do. As the players managed to get to the end of the temple, they found a rift to the Shadowfell that was active and slowly trying to grab them and pull them into them. However, Navin, having been practicing before on closing said rifts, managed to almost complete it by himself. About to botch the last words of the incantation, Kristoff comes in and finishes it, and they manage to close the rift. one thing that the players did find in this temple to Iluntasuna was a name tag, a piece of cloth with the name Somai Grenerdis on it. And as they get back to Riververge, they kind of happy, feeling good about themselves. They decide to check out the League of Five to just see if they have a pearl in order to being able to identify. As they enter this mage guild, they see clearly depicted on the wall the name Somai Grenerdis. And that started kind of ringing warning bells and getting the players to wonder what the fuck is actually going on? Why is this name here? And have now resorted to ask the mage guilds for some information. And they said that they would be in a place where they are not at the moment. But at least we will see where this takes us. So we will start now then in the tavern of, I believe it is... Roiling Stomach, I believe it is that we are in.
I just passed out.
Yeah, I believe that is so as well.
Yes.
That's...
The field is yours.
Well then, we have a few options before us. We can meet up with the Mages Guild to see if we can't hopefully eke out some more information in a clandestine manner. We could see our not so reputable friend and hope they have some information. Anybody have any other ideas on how we might proceed?
I have one question. Why do you want to keep going back to the criminals? You always suggest it, and I am beginning to question the wisdom in it.
Well, simply put, I don't... You delegate matters to which you have no experience to those who do.
Mm-hmm. I find that answer vague and unconvincing.
It will have to remain such, I'm afraid. But your thoughts, Morgan?
I, for one, submit that we do not go to the known criminals. And I would think that I want to continue to try to find where these needles lead. I do think that we have a good thing going with how we've been able to draw lines on the map to attempt to suss out the location, even with the one that can only find the farthest shard.
We do have an idea of where the first one is, somewhere to the west of the continent at the moment, but are you really satisfied with just leaving the matter of people opening rifts here uninvestigated?
You have more experience with the rifts than I. What do you think happened? I've never seen something like that before in my life. And as we say, and as you said, I prefer to delegate things of matters I know little of to those who do.
What does Garris think happened? Did it look like a rift that had been closed for some time and had been reopened in some manner? Something that had been...
So your expertise with these are merely academical. And you have more... I don't think that you have, except for the one that you were dragged into, I don't think that you've actually seen the other ones. The only other persons that do have that information would be Kristoff and Navin. Navin, whom is at the moment probably drooling on the table and being extremely pissed out drunk.
I'll glance over at Navin. Kristoff, what did you make of the rift that we saw in the temple exactly? Something new, or...
No, I think that one had been open for a while. Remember that you do have the journal. I'm not certain somebody actually read it, but you do have the journal from the temple.
The journal?
Yes, the one that you found in front of the skeleton where the loot was.
Which only
right,
Morgan
that
can
one.
read, if I remember.
Forgot about that. Right, I totally forgot about that. That completely slipped my mind.
What language is the journal in? Is it in common or?
It would be in old style common, so it's understandable to a point. Navin has probably enough intelligence to be able to kind of piece it together.
Probably takes a while though. Like this. There's no pictures in this.
I mean, that's stupid. You ain't. But
No, yeah. It's like reading all this.
AOA, by the way, it's the
Age of Agony.
yeah, no, it's the Age of Academia. Sorry, it should be the Rise. No, wait a minute. Am I stupid? Sorry, how did I write this out? No, this would be the Age of Academia. So,
Well,
it should
at
be
the moment,
ROA.
At the moment, the thing that seems the most likely to me is simply that this cult was performing experiments with the rifts, as it was detailed in the journal, trying to bring forth Iluntasuna.
It seems from the journal that they were attempting to keep it closed as best as they were able to. Right?
No, they continued to send people inside. They wanted to send people into the rifts. It says in the first entry, 176, ROA, 12th of summer, we finally found a way to open up a safe portal. I think we found the remnants of one of their ancient experiments.
That would make the most sense. They had trouble maintaining the portal under their own terms. It seems like it began to get out of hand, opening at inopportune moments.
Roll me a Arcana, please, Garris.
No.
Yes. Give it to me.
Actually, why don't I just roll it on my sheet? That seems like it'd be easier.
Yeah, probably.
Instead of remembering what my Arcana was.
Probably +7. +6. 15. In your studies, because I'm assuming, like, my thought of, when you're trying to find out, these portals, you're studying rifts in general as well. So, like, you are more leaning towards the rift expert on how they work and such. And so how rifts generally work is that if you open up enough in the same place, they can then very naturally open up in a similar place, like in a similar vicinity. So if there's been many rifts open on location A, when those locations then are removed from rifts, it can go a couple of years and then they can pop up, because rifts do spawn naturally between the realms. Usually they are very tiny, but they do get drawn to other spots that have been used before.
So that's where my keys keep going.
Yes. If you keep losing your keys in the same place, they will be shunted to a magical dimension outside of your...
No, I mean, they're going through those tiny gates.
I'm not willing to let this at rest. Those men we found there were comrades. Not necessarily men that I knew well, but respected nonetheless.
I think they were fooled just as we were.
But you saw how old it was in there, how long abandoned.
Yes.
I think they might have just stumbled upon the remnants of those experiments. I can't be sure.
No.
But...
There is no way. Why would the same squad that has previous encounters with rifts be in a place of this god that now, according to the journal, has something to do with it?
And it tends to occur.
And there was a rift there too. It doesn't make sense that they would just randomly, haphazardly move through the Wailing Woods. And why would it be my brother? The only lead we have Is this Shawmire?
The thing I worry about is, as this event grows closer, I worry that incidents similar to this will begin to appear more and more frequently. And I worry for the safety of the plane if we dabble too long in investing in suppressing the symptoms rather than seeking the cure.
I understand what you're saying. The only thing I can compare it to is probably what one of my teachers told me, that the larger an event is, the more time it takes. He told me about the stars and their movements, and how long it takes for them to turn and twist and move across the vast spaces. We can't assume that we have unlimited time, but rushing isn't going to help us either. We need as much information about as much as possible before proceeding.
Beyond that, though, forgive me, but this is not a natural phenomenon either.
No.
The cure is to take care of those behind the acts attempting to merge the Shadowfell. The more we know about those individuals, the better off we are at both finding our tablets and preventing any future fuckery that may come on down the line.
The cure is to assemble the tablets, no? Stopping this merging.
I remain unconvinced of that, but it does. For now, it seems very likely that, if nothing else, these individuals possess more information about Shadowfell. And the more information we have about the Shadowfell, the better we are able to combat it.
There is wisdom in that, I'll grant you.
So, should we meet with our mysterious foe, or?
Well, the one thing that worries me is why is his name ripped off in one of the hands of the soldiers? Sometimes getting closer to the enemy is better, because then you know where he is and where you have him. But walking into their lair is dangerous.
The devil you know is always less dangerous than the devil you don't.
I agree.
Well, there's nothing stopping us from doing a bit of reconnaissance. At least I don't believe so. Garris is going to move over to Kowèn to try to gently shake them awake.
Gently doesn't work.
Kowèn, you up? I'll just use shape water to briefly splash some water on their face.
Yep, absolutely. Used out of the carafe at the bar and in Kowèn's face. Make me just a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage, please, Kowèn. If you roll underneath a 5, you won't wake up.
Alright.
You wake up.
Morning, Kowèn. How are you today?
Clearly startled and very, very fucking terrified, actually. I will, try to get out of the booth or whatever we're sitting in.
Yeah, there would be space. Wouldn't, like, for me, like, because the reason that you sleep underneath beds and everything is because, you don't really want to get that startledness.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that you would perhaps do something at him being up your face.
Yes, I think so too. Yeah, I was gonna, I will, shocking grasp.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Roll the attack.
Yep. Okay.
Taser!
Ow.
I'm very bad at these
Let me see if it's been set up. It's an attack. Yeah, so you should have it here in core. Shocking grasp at the end.
Okay, there we go. Yay. Oh.
Yep.
Well.
You take 1 damage.
Garris will just shrink back, clutch his arm.
Oh.
Ow!
I found it's best not to startle him.
Noted.
Or any
Duly
sleeping
noted.
Spellweaver.
Morning, Kowèn. I see that you're doing quite well. Is Navin up?
Is the answer to that. He's moving. His eyes are probably rolling a bit, but you have no idea if he's conscious. And like, Kowèn, you have such a throbbing headache that it's like you haven't even gotten the chance to sleep off your drunk.
Where are we?
Still in the town.
Still in the bar.
Oh, we're
Would the
still in
headache
the
have even
bar.
had time to
Okay.
set in yet?
In the bar.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Nope. I probably should have thought before acting. That's my bad. Navin, I'm going to gently, just like very cautiously move over to him.
Am I still
Oh.
drunk?
You are absolutely. It's been like 30 minutes since you fell asleep.
Yeah, no, drunk. Okay, cool.
I think Navin would probably be easier to wake in a more normal manner. I don't feel this is his first
No.
brawl crawl.
Yeah, no, he's been around.
Yeah.
Probably wake up and look around for like my mug, like to
Yeah,
look for more beer.
it's just like in front of your nose.
yeah, just go for it. Like, don't even care that someone woke me up. Like, yeah.
Shape water it out of the cup and just put it like into another pitcher somewhere else so he can't get to it. As best as I
I'll
can.
try to drink as well.
Yeah. I think that he does both of you. Like, you both go for the drink. Garris just like points his finger, like the ale goes up and into the pitcher in the middle, and both of you just like go for it, and it's like empty.
Yeah.
Why? Why is the beer gone?
I think we drank it all. Barkeep,
Yeah. I want
beer.
more.
Kristoff kind of just like, I think that you've had enough.
Yeah.
I'm still awake, ain't I?
How can you tell?
You
Why?
weren't 3 seconds ago.
I don't remember that.
That's because you were asleep, Navin.
You're still here, so clearly couldn't have slept for very long.
He kind of looks. Was there a reason that you've worked them up, Garris?
Yes, if only to hopefully have a more productive discussion.
I doubt it.
Unfortunately, yes, I see that to be the case. Kowèn, you're good at sneaking around places, correct? Marginally?
Yeah.
I don't think this is a conversation for
I can do it
inside
now.
of the tavern.
He's the best.
Yes. Do you want me to sneak up on that person there? I can do that. Totally.
Might be better to get some rest
Navin!
first.
And I, like,
Yeah.
touch your chest
Yeah.
several times. Navin!
Yeah.
10 silver that I can sneak up on that dude over there.
I'm severely
Deal.
regretting my
I'll start.
choices.
Start going for my pockets, like trying to find the coins.
Yeah.
And, like looking
Yeah.
on the table.
Okay.
You can
And I put up, like,
roll me
10
a
silver.
stealth with disadvantage and a penalty on top of it.
How do I do that?
I just roll with disadvantage and I'll account for the penalty. I mean, not too bad. You kind of stumble off the chair. You know, you do this very sneaky thing, and then as you like move up, you see this man kind of turn around, just looking at you. I'm sorry. What the fuck are you doing?
Hey.
I saw you.
Shut up! Stupid.
And you hear from like
He likes you.
you hear from the back of the bar how Jebediah just Don't stir the other patrons, please, sir. Stir. Don't disturb.
I'm just saying that he likes you.
I won. I'm putting my own
You
coins
see the
back
man
into my
just, like,
pouch.
standing there looking at you. Right, and I don't care. He just kind of turns around and goes back to talking to his friend. Could you please move back? Your breath stinks as if though it was a pig pen.
Funny story. I have a story about a
I
pig
don't
pen.
care.
I'm
Please.
sure it's good.
Get
Kind of
away.
A funny story. It's a really funny story. There was this one guy. He
Oh,
was, like,
please.
totally, like,
You see how the barkeep kind of comes up behind.
oh,
Well, sir, unfortunately, you have had too much to drink, and you are going out into the throne. He takes you outside. Just
Navin gets up
pushes
to,
you with.
Navin goes up
and,
to sort of help, he's not drunk.
Yes,
And probably also gets around.
You get to the stable. He just pushes you into the water. Is it throw?
Big water bucket for
Yeah,
horse.
big water bucket. Throw.
Trough.
Oh, trough. Yeah.
Trough. Yeah, trough makes more sense.
that was not very kind.
You're probably still in this thing.
Yeah, I don't care.
I mean, it's hard to speak
Okay.
when you're in water. That's what I mean.
Okay, yeah, I'll try to get out and try to
Yeah.
help. I'll try to help Navin out. That's the first.
Navin isn't in.
Oh, he's
Navin
not
is
in.
just
Okay.
standing next to you.
Yeah, okay.
Now, sir,
I go to
unless
help,
that
like,
you
oh.
make sure that you sober up, do not come back into our establishment and don't disturb my patrons.
But he's the king of booze. You gotta respect the king of the booze, good sir.
He turns
Even if
back around and goes
so
inside.
many of you. You win this round.
He looks to the three of you still around the table. Please go out and take care of your friends and take them somewhere else. I'm sorry, you three, of course, haven't done anything, but I have a very specific patronage, and I wish to keep them.
Understandable. I apologize for the actions of my friends.
Toss him a silver for the trouble.
I help
Sorry, sir.
Kowèn up.
Well, at least I know that the alcohol taste is good. And does its work.
Navin, do you know something?
I know a
Navin,
lot of things. Ask me.
Here,
Go
you
ahead.
take-
Ask me.
you
Ask
won
me.
everything. You take this, and I hold out my pouch with all the money I have and hand it to him.
But I already got the silver. I
No,
already
but
took
you
it off
won.
the table. Yeah, but
You
I
won.
took it off the table. Was all I won what's on the table. I already earned 10 silver.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, okay then. If you
Kristoff
don't
just
want
walks out, sees these two, and just continues walking.
this- Hey, I know him. Where's he going?
I sure as hell don't know you.
Let's go to the local.
He's a lord. He likes.
Sounded like Kristoff.
Come on.
Yeah.
Alright,
He's
come on.
inside.
Let's lead you away from here. Get you to some place.
Yeah,
where we
you
can
lead them
sober up.
away to the inn that you were staying near the trading square, the Unwinding Bull. As you get there, the guy sees you step in and just
Hey.
you
Still
didn't use the
available, right?
rooms. Where did you go? You got my keys as well.
Did we rent the room for tonight in advance?
Yes, it's been 2 nights.
Just had a little drink. So,
Yes.
just a little drink.
Just a tip.
I don't serve drinks here.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Let's use the rooms that we legally paid for. Up and out.
No, you paid for them 2 days ago, and you took my keys, and I've been forced to make new ones.
What? That's not very good.
Would you, sir? We'll gladly reimburse you for any trouble that you've gone through.
Yeah. Here you go.
Okay.
And
Sure.
I hand him my pouch of money.
I probably see like Garris or like Kristoff just kind of
Yeah.
take the pouch off the table
Yeah.
and just like, I'll hold on to this. You see the man kind of just nod. Yeah, sure. Are you planning on actually using it this time?
Yes, but circumstances might change in a very rapid fire manner.
Well,
Fine.
I'll happily just take then 2 silvers per person for the reimbursement for just tonight, and then if you end up wanting to have more sleeps, then we can go back to normal rates.
Seems fair.
You know,
I apologize dearly for the inconvenience. An emergency popped up involving a personal friend.
Yeah,
I hope that he's
right there.
fine.
He's fine. We found him.
You see,
in the
like him
forest.
kind of over. Should I get a healer for these 2?
Yes, please.
He's really awesome.
I'm
He's
fine.
a slim dude. What?
I'm fine.
I don't
Did you-
think
are
this
you
is called
bleeding?
a drunkenness.
Oh, trust me, there's one of the in the Temple of Kellenvoord that specializes in it because we got so many drunks at times.
Kill him for.
In that case,
Yeah,
probably
we
not.
know what the rates are.
I'm not drunk. I'm just
No, me neither.
Just
I
happy.
He kind of just nods and like, well, you already have the keys, so you can use them.
But we
Right, thank you
can't.
very much.
Oh.
Kristen.
Wait, let's see, was it Garris that was speaking to the guy in the League of Five, I believe?
So,
for the messenger. Yeah.
You were summoned to the League of Five.
oh, really? That was quite fast. All right, thank
Um,
you. Is he still here?
No, it was like 20 minutes ago. He just
Right.
Oh.
I guess we'll make our way over then.
Navin,
I think he
did
said
you summon?
either now or tomorrow morning was okay, but
Is
preferably
now
now.
being 20 minutes.
Like
ago?
now, as in tonight.
Thank
I think
you.
that I think they said something
Let's
about
go.
not being able to go after tomorrow noon. So sometime before then.
Okay, we'll make our way over as soon as
But
these
we're
two start
fine.
acting like responsible adults.
What do you mean? We can go right
There's
now.
a good food stall just outside, across the
Ooh.
across the bridge. That
Navin starts
usually-
walking.
No, wait. Okay.
Food! Come on, Kowèn.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
Garris will watch after them and wait for them to
Follow the
sober
Yeah,
up.
let's
wafting smells of
move
food.
over to the Riververse map for a moment. So as you like move out and west, you get a bit of walk as well, a bit of distance, and there's like a food cart set up here. As you come close, it smells of roasted game, of both duck, of chicken, and what more would it be? Probably deer as well, maybe some rabbits, and it like very Turkish flavors as you're moving up, so like kebab style. There's
Yes.
like
One of those. One of
Yeah.
those. One of
You want
those.
a
One of
deer?
those.
so
One
you
of
have like
those.
the spits with like meat, vegetable, meat, vegetable, meat, vegetable, and then you have the spits where it's meat, 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 meat. And then you have the folded up like pizza with kebab and shit in it, and the woman kind of looks at you. She very pale skin. Navin, you would probably assume she is like of Anir ascendancy. She looks at you, kind of smiles. Well, hello there. You two look like very hungry souls.
Hi.
What can I get you?
Very right.
Do you have any food that instantly sobers up an individual?
Why? Why are you such a buzzkill?
No, I
Are you
unfortunately
drunk,
don't.
Garris?
Yeah.
You need to sober up.
Whatever's affordable then.
Well, I think that all of the prices are affordable. It depends on how much you want. She kind of shows you the largest meal would be a silver, and then we're talking like meal for like 2.5 people.
But that's going with that.
Yes.
And then if you want like just a single spit, it would be 10 bronze or copper.
Yeah.
So it's very affordable.
I'll go for the big one.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah.
How did I end up playing babysitter?
I'll take those.
You see Kristoff like,
Kristoff, do you want 22? You want 20? Yeah, you want 20. So 20 for him. Because
No.
he's a lord. Yeah.
I don't think that you can manage to finish 20. However, of course, if you want to pay for them, then I'll be glad to take it. You see, like, I think you should have this one, and she like gives you another like of this big wrap with a lot of like this cabbage and kebab and tomato and everything, and she's just like,
Wow.
and she takes one of the silver coins that you put on. Oh, you actually don't even have it, so you don't have your coin purse. You're just holding out your hand.
Yeah.
And like Kristoff puts one silver in your coin, she takes it off of you. Here you go. And then like Kristoff goes and orders
Thank you.
a smaller one as well for himself.
Real good. Mm.
I'm not even a meat eater. I don't eat it. I
So,
don't,
Morgan,
Do you want just vegetables?
maybe? Yeah. Sure, yeah,
So,
I
like-
want that.
Takes it back and opens up a second like trunk underneath and pulls out like roasted onions, paprika, and just very nice
That's
roasted
so nice.
vegetables
Thank
instead, and hands you.
You are an amazing person, and I like you. You
Thank you.
are amazing.
Thank you. You're always welcome back to Freida's food truck.
Okay, that is amazing. I like you.
so the two drunks are settled in eating now? Not running off on their lonesome.
Seems like it.
Yeah. So you make your way back, and I think that's like with you walking first up here. See how much you've been walking and eating. It's a decent walk, so I think that by the time that you get here, you would be like sobering up to the point where you're not drunk
That's
beyond
belligerent,
belief.
yeah.
Like, and I think like it kind of Kowèn comes to the realization where it's just like, oh shit, what have I done and said? And
Yeah.
just into himself again as he's going there and munching on the vegetable wrap. And Kristoff just kind of starts poking you a little bit, and as he sees you like go into yourself,
Do,
poke.
do you want it? The
Oh no, absolutely not. I just found it incredibly hilarious that when you go drunk, you turn into a completely different being.
Did I say something bad? I'm sorry.
No,
She
I
said
think
that-
that you have a deep love for Navin, and you might also have confessed your unfaltering love to him. There might have been something of when you were also saying that Navin loved another patron in the bar. Yeah,
And it just goes up and like hand on like the back, like it was a good time. Good time was had.
Did anybody get? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, you sapped Garris as well.
Just a little. It was a love
A little bit.
Nothing you can worry about.
I did what?
You sapped
Nothing you need
Garris.
to worry about.
Ward took care of it. You don't need to worry yourself over it.
Okay.
It was actually quite funny in the moment.
Yes, we all laughed. Well, except for Navin, he was drooling.
I was gonna say I missed it. Probably having some good dreams.
Yeah.
Oh, would you like to see it? And then can I use minor illusion to
Yes.
replay my memory of the incident?
Yeah.
This fascinated, like, like more fascinated about the detail of seeing like it happening again. Like, oh, thank you.
You get to the point where you can see this building again, the League of Five, the singular tower as it stretches up to towards the sky. There are several like smaller buildings around as well, and you can enter.
Before we do,
Oh, yes.
there we could accept the summons, or as I was thinking when I tried to wake Kowèn up, and obviously I should have let them sober for a bit. Although it did make for some entertaining hijinks.
No,
We could
it's all right.
try to perform our own reconnaissance in a less than honorable fashion, I suppose.
Question.
Yes.
Are you a criminal?
It depends on your definition of such.
I mean, that hairline is definitely criminal.
It's getting there.
I think the best way to put it is that I would like to operate within the law when possible, because it is wise to not burn bridges in a place you have barely existed in.
The Asherites... Well, since the Commonwealth had them under the vassalage, their population has almost been halved. They don't really have the money or effort to keep a very active law force. Maybe in the capital, but here... I mean, you saw Myros and his establishments. It is a well-known establishment, and even so, the constables do very little. They just try to keep murder and such away from the streets.
Fair enough, but I still think it's unwise how quickly you jump to thoughts of the illegal and unsavory. You could have at least said clandestine instead of illegal.
Very well, a clandestine surveillance. What's the word? Operation.
Well, I believe that if Garris got his way, he would have broken the law and ran away with my sister. Eloped with her. Right?
Good thing he rarely gets his way then.
Yes. It is unfortunate, though. She still fancies you. She hasn't let it go, and almost once every month she brings it up to father and mother that they should let her marry you.
Yes, I know.
She's very sad that you don't write her back.
What am I supposed to do with her? I genuinely don't understand.
In all honesty, I think that she kind of looks at like the company that you're in and just kind of shrugs. I don't think elopement would have been too bad. I think you would have been happy, both of you. But knowing your, at least prior honor, I don't know now anymore after these suggestions, but yeah, sometimes family is weird, and so is the culture and the origins of it. I think that if this actually goes to fruition and we manage to make a name of you all, I will bring it up to my parents again. And I think that with a bit of fame and honor to your name, Garris, they'll let you marry her.
Somehow I doubt that's ever going to occur, Kristoff. But if you would do that for me, I would be indebted.
I
Regardless,
think you already are, because I kind of saved you. But, you know, twice indebted.
It's got you there.
I was at the very... We are at the very least even after the stuff you pulled in the Wailing Woods.
True. Let's call it even.
Let's call it even. Anyway, meeting with our arch enemies then.
We had arch enemies here. Potentially, I suppose. But we don't know, right?
Find out. Garris will begin walking up the dais.
Okie dokie.
I try to walk up to Navin, and I'm very scared, but I'm like, hey, I don't know really what I said, but I
Don't worry about it. Secrets between
that's-
drinking buddies. They stay locked.
all sorry, but I have a husband, so that's
Don't worry. Your husband has nothing to worry about.
yeah.
My
no,
heart belongs to another.
Yeah, I know, and I'm sorry if I was too
Nothing to be sorry
too,
for.
I hope that this person likes you back. So I'm just gonna be quiet.
I wish so too. And let's have another drinking session at some point, if you wish.
It's
Yeah.
when I chime in. Preferably when we don't have plans in the immediate future.
Didn't have plans when we started drinking. It's not our fault that you made plans while we were drinking.
Allow me to
But
rephrase that.
Yes, I understand.
When
your
we
point.
have plans to do nothing in the immediate future.
Point taken.
Okay, so you make it inside, and you get. It's very small. You was here before. It's very small as you enter. It's like 30 by 30 or so. There is a wall on your left hand side, and then up to the counter where Jeeves, or whatever the hell his name was, is standing and kind of looking. He turns up and good sirs and sirs. Tim realizes as you're playing 4 males. I believe you were called for. It is great that you could have made it. Come. He moves to his side of the counter, kind of opens it up, and you can go in, and you see, behind him, there is a staircase that goes up. Shawmeyer will be meeting you on the 5th floor. It is the right-hand room as you come up the stairs.
Well, thank you very much, sir. I believe we can handle ourselves from here.
Make sure that you don't step off on the other platforms and disturb, please. Yep. So you walk up, you go up one stairs, and you see a very small corridor where you see the names of 3 others. You see Elias, you see Varnard, and you see Armand standing on those 3 doors. You go up another level, and you see a lecture room, chalkboard. There are stools and benches where students probably can sit, a few books and bookcases. You go up another level, and the first person that comes up is probably what the fuck? You see a glass windowed wall. Behind it, you see just lumbering about spirits are walking inside.
This is unusual.
They see you, but they almost seem so drained of will, even for these evil spirits to do anything. So it's just a kind of
When you
deal.
say spirit, are they sort of the same ethereal zombie type thing as the spirit
It's not
abomination?
it's not no, it's not any crawlers, nor is it the spirit abomination. This seems to be. You can roll me a religion, actually. See if you know.
Navin just takes his shield and weapon and are we gonna something gonna happen?
But do they look like they're made of the same stuff?
Etherealness? Yes, absolutely. They are ethereal. Morgan knows that these are vengeful spirits. They are, again, beings of the Wailing Woods who are ethereal. They are spirits who keeps a vengeance and lives only for that when that vengeance is fulfilled, which is usually inflict pain upon others, which then really can't be fulfilled. They are the spirits who suffered a lot and now only wish suffering upon others. Nasty creatures.
How fun.
Yeah. You go up to the 5th floor, and there's, again, just a very small hallway. On the right-hand side, you see the name Sormag Nerdis. On the left-hand side, you see the name Musavog Heliot. They seem to have a bit more what do you call it? When you see the generals, you see all of their plaques and medals and such. They have titles would be wrong, but at the same time, it's probably the closest
Diplomas?
one that there would be. Sorry?
So diplomas and stuff? Sort of.
Let's go with
accolades?
yeah, sure. Okay, what do you do?
Does it look like anybody's home? In either of the offices?
They're closed doors, so...
I'm probably just going to be walking around, kind of skimming the stuff on the walls. I'd be very interested in the entirety of the academic
There is
setting.
nothing here. There's like a 5-foot corridor with like just the 2 names of the doors, and then like it's into what is probably their offices.
Do either of them have labels?
Yes, one side there is Gravenreuth, and the other one there's like labels. What do you mean? Sorry.
I mean, like, are there any additional labels? Is what I was going to say.
It would probably be like Sormaya's, like underneath Sormaya, it would be like head wizard and chief of economics. I believe it would be as well. Like potion master, and then as you look at Mishelvog, it would be like experimental experts, ethereal researcher. Like they have very weird titles, almost as if they've given them to themselves more than anything. And with this being like a very small wizard school as well, like this holds nothing in the form of like grandeur whatsoever. If this would have been upon Lamenta, like you know that the arch wizard there is like known, but these 5 fucks, it's like
very self-important. Probably don't know nearly as much as they think they do.
Yes.
A Dunning-Kruger effect.
So you're all standing in a very cramped, and you realize from that, could you go in or something?
Apologies, good sir. We seem to be...
No, it's Kristoff.
You said Gravenreuth was one of the doors. What was the other one again?
The other one was Mishelvog Heliot.
The guy we're supposed to see.
No, you're supposed to see Sormaya.
Yeah.
Isn't he dead?
No, that's the name we found. He's obviously not dead if he's here.
Oh,
yeah.
He might not be dead yet. But Mishelvog Heliot was the guy who wanted the Abomination Ethereum. I want to talk to him about his research. So I would like, I mentioned as such, I would like to speak to him about his research on the Abomination Ethereum. But I do feel that Gravenreuth would be a more pressing concern.
They're probably not going to let us stay around if we could attempt to talk to someone. I'm not sure if he'd be too keen on letting us speak to his colleagues.
Probably not.
Actually, let me stress one thing before we speak to anyone in here.
The door opens from Sormaya's office as you see a rather young man.
As the door opens, you can
like
mutter a curse word under my breath, like.
He kind of looks at you. I am sorry. What are you doing out here in the hallway? I thought that you were meant to come in.
I step in.
One thing real quick. So as he opens the door, you can see me. You can see me glare at you, and then in your mind through the. I can't remember what it's called, but I can speak telepathically with willing creatures within 30 feet. So in your mind, I tell you, don't you dare say anything that will get us kicked out. While staring
you say this
at
to Garris, I'm assuming.
Yes, using the ability called... Yes, just to Garris.
Yep.
Using the ability
Garris will look mildly surprised at somebody wasting a spell slot to take that message.
No, it's not a spell slot. It's an at-will thing. For me. For me, at least.
Yeah.
Right.
But I guess you wouldn't know that, so yes, you do hear me speaking in your mind. Don't you dare say anything that will get us kicked out. And then I smile warmly and greet him. Ah, nice to meet you.
Yes, please.
I was just having a quick word with my companion.
All good. His eyes kind of darts around and kind of gets a good picture of you. From a quick glance at him, like just as said, probably very self-important. You step inside the office and it's like very neat. Just like rows of book on one end. There's a large desk behind in which he sits. Very neatly, stacks of papers, everything labeled. you see that there are actually 5 chairs that have been placed, or stools it would probably rather be, that you can sit in. So he just kind of walks over and sits down in his large, like, leather chair and looks upon you. So I was told that you wanted to know about the League of Five and what we do, right?
If you have the time for it, of course. We understand you're quite busy of late.
I mean, otherwise I wouldn't have called you over.
True enough. So what can you tell us about your work?
Well, first I would like to know what comes the interest of us. I see that he kind of looks upon, like, first Garris and Morgan. You seem to be scholars of yourself, and then, like, he gives Kowèn a little bit of look.
I don't.
And
look
this
at
one
it.
doesn't seem to be entirely without magic either.
Yes, sir. I am an archaeologist. I am part of one of the Lamentin universities. It is pleased to meet you. This is my companion, Kowèn.
Should probably give that a name. I'll whisper you. And he looks to the others. Well, again, what is the interest into the League of Five? What brings you even here to Asherai?
In truth, we've only been passing through, but I've long taken interest in some of the work that goes down here. Sadly, matters of study into the Wailing Woods and the creatures that inhabit them are somewhat underdeveloped to an extent, at least relative to studies in other fields. Granted, that is part of the taboo nature of necromancy itself, but I was interested to see if you've been making any particular developments on that front. I have heard rumors about your colleague seeking out information on abominations as well, and I figured, why not stop in and see for myself what you were up to?
Yes, well, we are all focused around the Wailing Woods and the beings inside it. We specialize in the documentation, experimentation, and extermination of vile spirits that originates from there. My job is to do the groundwork, so to say, to find and document. My friend Mr. Vogue is the one that experiments and finds out several uses of all of these spirits, essences have, I suppose. Weaknesses and strengths and what can and can't be done, any sort of alchemical compounds. I believe he's currently making investigations into spiritual abominations and their use of in alchemical potions.
I dabble in alchemy myself, so I would like to have a word with him later. Do you happen to know if he's in the office today?
No, he is not, unfortunately. Then my good friends underneath here, Elias Varnard and Armand, they are the battle wizards, I suppose we would say. So we find a target for them, and then they go out and hunt it, and then have Mr. Volk come and collect what it is that they have killed.
I see. Are they magically inclined as well, or are they more the...
They are magically inclined. We are all wizards of sorts. I wouldn't say... Well, we all have our different specializations, of course. But yes, we are all spellweavers.
Do you get out on field work yourself much?
Only when scouting very prominent places.
Prominent, you say? What do you mean by that?
Interesting? Things that might have... what do you call it? A lot of return would probably be the economical way of saying it.
Looking over him, does there seem to be any tears on his robes as of yet?
Or perhaps a tag matching the one we found?
You can roll me a perception.
Ooh, my favorite. Wisdom.
Can I do?
I do investigation and stand.
Nope.
Can I just run up to his robes and put my hands to it and very...
What did you want to do, Kowèn?
I just wanted to see if the build of this person is the same as the corpse-ish, or if I can.
Corpse of who?
The corpse that the name tag was.
The name tag was in the hand of a soldier.
Oh,
If he'd
that's
ripped
what
it off as he
was.
died.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
it had been ripped off.
Okay, yeah, then.
You see an identical looking tag on his chest.
Okay. Yeah.
Shouldn't there be many places someone would want to go into the Wailing Woods for? Do you know of a few such areas that are of interest to your field?
Well, I'm sorry, no matter how much of a colleague that you are, I wouldn't be able to share locations of interest to someone, because then the chance of us missing out would unfortunately be there. We
I'm
have
not
several...
asking to know the location itself. I understand you wish to publish the information on your own, but could you at least give me an idea of why these locations are of interest and worth going into the Wailing Woods of all places for?
At this point, you hear the voice in your head chime in again. Please shut up, please shut up, please shut up.
Tim is gonna don't if you want to interfere with what other people are doing, I think do it in a constructive way of why and such as well, just so that it doesn't become a thing where you're trying to steer the conversation telepathically, because everybody has different ways of having their characters wanting to do and ask things for their own personal ways as well.
Yeah, that wasn't what I was trying to do. I was trying to see. I was more of a thing of, have you heard of tact before?
So he kind of looks at you. Well, the Wailing Woods is a place of death and anger and also lost things. When the Age of Agony was lost and everybody died, there was a lot of thieves and scoundrels that hid in the forest that came up because they thought it a safe place. Because who would want to go where there's a lot of graves? So there's a lot of temples and hideouts and even smaller villages out there that are waiting to be uncovered and investigated. They are very prominent for us, as well as the weird abominations that are popping up. I think that at least once every 10 years there is a new sort of monster or ethereal being, as we call them, that comes wandering out, and we need to know how to stop it. You see, we Asherites are wounded after the Commonwealth held us prisoners and killed us, enslaved us, killed our culture and magic and everything. So we have almost nothing to protect us. Knowledge is one.
I think I understand. That is Sorry, my friend here wishes to speak. No, I insist.
You mentioned thieves. I find that interesting. In a lot of digs, I'll find more useful research on the body of a previous grave robber than I will in the entire rest of the ruin. I wouldn't imagine you would find many in the Wailing Woods just because of the inherent danger there.
That is what I said. The most of the things that are there are 2,500 to 3,000 years old, because the moment that the Age of Agony ended, then it took another almost 1,200 years before the spirits manifested themselves properly. So there's 1,200 years of development inside of these forests. And then you had the spirits that came and killed and murdered and made sure that nothing was able to live there.
2,000, you said? I'm in the midst of a book, a sort of compendium of history of that era, roughly around the Age of Agony and the fall of the Age of Magic. I was wondering, you mentioned temples specifically. Was the Wailing Woods some religious site before, all of the things that you mentioned?
Since Tim knows what you're hinting at, I just want you to roll me a general charisma. If you have deception, that's okay for you to roll as well, because it's
Would it be deception or persuasion? The bonus is the same for either.
Yeah, it's basically how well you're keeping your face, because you're trying to not give him a tell that you're fishing for something. So I just needed to have it. He looks at you and kind of nods. Just my throat. He kind of just snaps his fingers, and there's a tray with a wine carafe, 5 glasses or 6 glasses there would be. He takes the wine and pours himself a glass. Please go ahead if you need. Kristoff kind of looks a little bit like, but goes for the wine, pours himself a little goblet, and takes it and starts sipping. Do any of you take the wine?
I will
It's
take
wine,
some.
right?
Politely
Not-
decline.
yeah. It's not beer, right?
It is wine.
I prefer to keep a clean mind this early in the morning.
It's
then I
late
just
as fuck in the
side-eye
night.
Kowèn.
It's like 9:30 at this point, or 8:30. You've been
Had
sitting and
that much time
talking.
passed?
Yes, with the walking from one place to another, back and forth, and then sitting and talking, eating. It's been quite some time.
I didn't figure that much time had passed. I still politely decline.
Yep, all good. So he kind of looks and shrugs. We haven't really found temples per se. I think it's one thing that we say because Vona has always been a very prominent god for us here in the Ashes because we dedicate our lives to death, weirdly as it sounds, and the understanding of it, or the extinguishing of it. So we were hoping to find early temples to Vona and perhaps the origins of some of the more larger temples and the relics that they now have, and see if maybe they were, created and held inside of the Wailing Woods, and if they then would have any better ways of dealing with the spirits. Because there are many texts that showcase the destruction of the undead in very easy ways, and they tell of relics and items that now we have lost and don't know where they are. So we are scouring through the Wailing Woods, hoping to come across these.
If I had a copper for every account of the way things were better before.
He shrugs at this. Now, you seem to have a great interest of the Wailing Woods. Any particular reason?
We just got back from an expedition within there. And work for your friend, I believe.
You hear
Come on,
another.
Schmutz.
You hear the voice chime in the back of your head again. Discretion. That exact cadence.
You see kind of tilt his head. For Solmeier,
To be exact. At least that's what I believe our employer was.
so what was this employment for?
Just for the Morgan. He wanted us to track down an abomination for us.
Roll me a deception, please.
Meanwhile, I was
Yep.
just wondering, can I look at the back ends of the books?
Yeah, absolutely.
I just want to see if there is anything that mentions Iluntasuna,
Iluntasuna? Yeah, sure.
something like that.
So he kind of looks at you, Garris, kind of squints his eyes a little bit, and then, that is what he spoke about. Right. And then, as for you looking through the books, it's like compendiums of what is a spirit? Why are the spirits angered?
Yeah.
How to kill a spirit? What is a wisp? What is the difference between a ghost and a vengeful spirit? It's nothing that you can see that is of Iluntasuna. There would be in this very neatly placed or not in this very neat bookcase, there would be some books that are missing, and it just strikes you as a little bit odd. And you look around and they're not on a table, they're not anywhere else, but it's just in like certain rows, they're packed full. There's not a single inch between them, like even a millimeter, and looks perfect and everything. And then it's just like these weird holes in the bookcase that just feels off for some reason. So he takes a little bit sip and then kind of. Did you manage to get some? Could you tell me of the encounter?
We did have to. Go ahead.
I was able to harvest about 2 vials. I gave one to someone in the shop section. He said that... How did you pronounce his name again? Selvog wanted it, so I kept one for my own experimentation and sent another along to him. The metaphysical inconsistency was interesting to deal with, to say the least. It's a bit difficult to kill something when about half the time whatever you're throwing at it just goes straight through.
Well, as much as I respect Mr. Volk and what he does, it's a little bit weird. We have, and he kind of like stomps the floor. Spirits underneath us always say that he can experiment upon them, and it's a little bit unsettling, to be honest.
Unsettling? What do you mean?
I mean, they're always there. Just the knowledge of having spirits 6 feet away.
Would you not find it disconcerting to be sharing a workplace with the unquiet dead?
Yes, that is exactly what I mean.
The story behind that, by the way. It seems odd to keep such a dangerous force so close to home.
How did you manage to pacify them?
He shrugs. I don't know. It's not my part of the thing. I think that maybe some of the spirits are growing weaker as more they get to kill, and then perhaps they lose their will. I don't know.
Like a tick growing fat with the blood.
That would be your former workplace, Morgan. That would be your former workplace.
IUBA.
Yeah, long ass name as of course. He looks. Any more questions or anything?
One more thing. You don't happen to do any contract work, would you? We've been looking for work ourselves. Or maybe you know of an employer that we might be able to get in touch with.
Not that I know of. No. There's the message board always. If there's any work that we need, we put it up there. As for now, I mean, if you said that you had a contract with Missilvog already, then... But you said that you sold it, the 2 vials, and if Missilvog was the one that sent you after, why would you keep one?
Well, the contract wasn't for a specific amount, and I did have professional curiosity. A bit of an alchemist myself, see.
Make another deception, please.
Do I have a inspiration? Crap, I only have save inspiration, and I haven't had to make a single save.
Not yet.
Crap.
He looks at you and kind of nods a little bit again and shrugs. What is it you said that you worked in? He looks at you, Morgan. You said that something Lamenton.
The Institute of the Uncovering of Buried Relics and Antiquities. The name is a mouthful, so I dislike having to say it fully.
And your book that you was writing, was that in general on the Wailing Woods, or?
A more general compendium of... I specialize in Azurite artifacts and other things from that era of history. the beginning of
Dimos.
the beginning of the age.
As an aside, G, I'm looking through the area. We haven't come across anything that would resemble living quarters, have we?
No, not in here. No.
I'll keep that in mind.
What is Navin doing? Is he just listening and talking?
He's mostly listening. Like the drunkenness is of course like wearing off, but at the same time he's quite exhausted because he has not had a long rest since we ran through the woods carrying him. It's like it's more like slumping on and like listening conversation, like not getting all of it. And like
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Okay. I think so. Gravenreuth just kind of stands up and turns around to the window behind him. I believe. Kind of like starts shifting through a little bit. Here, and he pulls out a little journal. I believe this one should have good information about prior found. What's it called? Excavations. Done upon Ashrite land by the Commonwealth, unfortunately. So it's a bit skewed because they hate us. They kind of hands it to you.
The perils of studying history are written by those victors. Thank you very much. I appreciate it very much. Would you mind if I copied it?
No, go ahead. I mean, I was going to let you have it, but copying it is fine. Would you mind could you just open it and tell me who the freak it was that wrote it? I always forget.
Where does that pop up?
Like this journal, like you have no idea. Like he gave you to the book, so
he wants you to read from the journal he just gave you.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to click on. What?
No. It's not. It's just like
you?
It's like an Auber. Do you open the book and look inside the book and see who it's written by?
Yes.
I see. Okay, cool. So you open up the book and immediately the five of you start feeling just like this wooziness in your minds.
Oh, fuck.
And like it just becomes like slowly, surely, like you just try to stand up, but like your hands slip away, your feet and you see just Somaya stand there and looking at all of you. And we're gonna take a short break.
God damn it! I knew there was something bad with
Why
that.
did you lie? There was no reason to lie there.
We needed a good excuse to be there.
No,
we had one.
Absolutely didn't.
Your friend in the woods.
So,
I'm sorry.
So for the stream,
it's
please stay around and see when we all TPK. So see you soon.
Awesome.
Going on a break.
Yep. Sarah is almost dying here as we're starting the campaign again, or the session again. Welcome back, everybody. I hope that you're all doing fine. The players aren't, because they're wondering what the fuck is going on. They have just blacked out from some mind effects as Morgan opened the book that Sorma gave to them. And all of you are thrusted into dreams of like just these borderline nightmares where it's just spirits and there's like this dark lord and this god that's standing behind everything. Like, it's not the same dream that everybody has, but it's just the general consensus of like darkness, spirits, and death, more or less. And at one point it's like, are we dead? And then you start kind of shifting, and it's cold, and it's dirty, and it's very locked in. What do you call, like, the stagnant, the air? I believe air can be stagnant too, right?
Yeah.
Not just water. And you stand up, and it's pitch black. None of you can see anything. You feel that you are in your undergarments. You have nothing on you. This is the second time the DM does this, by the way, to his players almost. They started with very little, and now he's taken shit away again. Or Kowèn, yes, you don't feel too frightened. It seems to be in the vicinity. Not super close, but it's
that's
in
not
the
what I'm
vicinity.
talking about. I'm
Oh,
talking
right.
about something else entirely. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm not sitting. I'm not standing up. I am trying to find some sort of corner or something, and just want to be there myself, because this is definitely flashbacks. 100%.
Yeah, I think that you start like moving one way,
Yeah.
and then you suddenly feel a metal rod in your face. And then you all others hear like this kung, and then Kowèn probably grunting a little bit.
Do we feel exhausted still, or like do we feel like we've had like
Oh, you wouldn't get a long rest from this.
No, I mean
Absolutely
just
not.
like restorative energy wise, like, or we feel like sort of the same as when we.
You probably feel worse.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
your
'cause the-
minds are buzzing. Your like orientation is all over the place because it's pitch black. And I think especially Kowèn, because Kowèn is the one with the highest perception, would hear like
Okay, does light have a material component?
I don't know. You check, it's your spell.
Like cantrip.
Nursing my head like, oh, like the hangover starting to get
It
even worse.
Chase it.
Herbal and
Material,
material.
a firefly or
Firefly or
breath of moss. And I don't have the book to use as a spell focus. I assume.
You don't.
everyone all right?
Don't. No, it's not. Not the
Okay,
best.
prestidigitation does not have a material component, so I use it to make a candle flame-sized flame when I snap my fingers.
Don't you need to have something to light on for that? Like, you can instantly light or snuff out a candle. You can't just create light. That's not how it works. You can start burning something.
Oh, I thought... Crap.
Start feeling my way around the room, like trying to get bearing. Yeah.
You would also notice that you're not in the same place. You hear voices from across the... I have Swedish cracker crumbles in my throat. And it's
I was the same way
very bad.
at the beginning of the session.
Ooh. You would find that you're probably in a 5 feet wide, 30 feet long-ish. Yes, there is. It's just drums at the moment.
Jesus, man, are you gonna be okay?
Yeah,
Nope.
take it easy. Okay, we can stall. Who thinks
Navin.
we're fucked? I do.
Holy shit.
Die?
Take it
Jesus.
I'm
easy.
kind of
Yeah.
disappointed we didn't get a save because I have 3 uses of save inspiration from the chat and I haven't gotten to use a single one.
They don't stack, so you just
So
gonna have to
they-
use it the next 3 rolls. Whew. I think the crumble is gone.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Whew. Okay.
Will we call the ambulance?
Yes, Navin. So 5 foot wide, 20 foot long, and you feel bars along the way.
There's nothing else in the room, like, and it's
You would probably crawl over when you get up to one corner. You would crawl up to Kowèn.
sort of like, touch on like to find out who it is, like.
Oh, not okay.
Yeah, that's.
I'm going to try to hit you.
I mean,
with
you
something.
hear it's Navin.
I hear it's Navin, then I'm not
Yeah.
going to hit him, but yeah.
Is that you, Kowèn? Like, yeah. Like, are you
You're
awake,
not gonna
Kowèn?
answer.
Looks like shake. Kowèn, are you awake? Because I obviously can't see. Is Kowèn moving or like?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm breathing really loudly and like terrified.
Yeah, I sort of let go and then sort of back up a bit.
Would a silent image of a light give off light?
Nope.
We need to find a way out of here. And I start searching the walls
Kowèn,
again.
is that you two?
Where are you?
I think we can safely assume we're all in the same room at this point, I say out loud.
Maybe wherever we are.
Garris will start looking on the bars of the cell, see if we
Mhm.
can't find a lock or some opening.
Yeah.
Yep,
that's
you
gonna
would
do.
find in the middle, like towards the quote unquote southern end, you would probably feel a lock.
Was there anything in the cell other than our bodies and undergarments?
Yeah, there would be a few like rocks.
I grab a few of those.
Let's see, you are on that side.
Is
Yeah,
Kristoff
there's
with us?
a like small bone splinters in your cell as well, Morgan.
Oh, are we in separate cells? I thought we were in the same room.
You are in the same room, but you're not in the same cells.
Okay.
You haven't checked which cell you're in. You're not in with Gavin and Kowèn, at least.
Which cell am I in?
Do you want
I would
to?
like to check which cell I am in.
Okay, you start like walking, and then you probably hear Garris at one point. Yeah.
Can I try to find the lock on mine?
Yep. Yeah, it seems to be a built-in lock into the grate, so it's not an external one that you can just bash away.
But I don't know if it's gonna work. But could I try to Eldritch Blast it?
Does Eldritch Blast require material components?
Voice
Does not, notably.
something.
Oh,
BNS.
S and VS? Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You can try in the dark.
Okay. Yeah, I wanna
He
just.
emphasized
how
in
do
the
you
dark,
angle
don't
it?
do it.
Huh?
He emphasized
do
in the
you-
dark, don't do it.
How do you angle it?
Up from above and down.
Okay. Roll me an attack with disadvantage, please. You try and kind of angle your hand in a way in the darkness, and it's like, first you have your hand under and you're about to shoot, and you're like, wait, I can't have my hand underneath. You remove it, and you're like, "Psst," and it like thunks in the floor. Doesn't seem like you like hit hard enough or like good enough to be able to destroy it.
GM, what do the hinges on the cell door look like?
look like, you have no idea. Feel like, they feel like 3-4 inches of steel that's like completely around it, and that seems to be, rolling up with the door.
Any way for water to get in?
Yeah, there probably would. There are, however, as far as you know, no water sources here.
What about
I
the one in
have
your
an
mouth?
idea for that.
You have an idea?
I do.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to speak to Morgan real quick.
Shh. Speak.
Good to see you're alive.
And you?
Have you seen Kristoff?
Nope.
I can't say I have.
Give me a second. I'll see if I can get us out of here. I'm going to spit in my hand and cast Create and Destroy Water.
Nice. Okay, so you cast Create and Destroy Water, which... a drop of water.
So you can create it then.
Like, spit, saliva,
Dude!
water. I will allow it this time, because I think that it's creative. So, yes, where would you create this, though? Because...
That's actually a good point. Do you have a bucket or something on you?
10 gallons of spit.
I think your best bet would be to fill the lock with water and then use that little freezy spell to expand it and crack the metal.
The issue is it's going to splash everywhere. I could just control water afterwards, but
It says up to.
I'd like to get as much as I can if it's all the same.
Well,
And-
let me
well,
see.
give
in
me a
this-
minute. We have an exploded cell. Maybe they have somewhere for us to shit.
Can I investigate the
Looking around.
bars to see if they're
Yep.
like if there's like a weakness or if they're properly made to be
Yeah,
reinforced?
roll me an investigation. As Morgan and Garris are like going around looking for buckets or like any type of thing that you can hold it in. You don't find any buckets or cups or anything to shit in, unfortunately. Navin, you investigate them. You're like, because you can't see.
Yeah.
It's very hard to
All
know
touch,
if it would be iron or steel. Like, even though like one might feel it's very hard, and like you come to the conclusion like you can always try.
Yeah.
Kind of deal.
Yeah, I want to take like the big two rocks I have and like try to sort of bend. Like if there's if they're two apart, like I want to see if I can bend or like if I can move the metal at all, if it gives any way or if it's super hard.
Sure. Roll me in athletics, and then we'll jump over to what is Garris doing as you find out that there are no buckets.
At the very least, I can just use shape water to pick up the water if it splashes on the floor, right? It's not 5 feet, it's 5 cubic feet, meaning it's that amount of water.
It's 5 cubic feet, like it's within 5 feet, I believe. Could you just cast the spell, because it's not within a 5-foot cube.
That fits within a 5-foot cube, meaning that it can be spread out over an area. Just so long as it's within the casting range.
I'm gonna double check this.
If it fits within a 5-foot cube, I would say that a tall selection would not be the same. I don't think so. Rules is written.
I think so too. Because I think that at this point it becomes very problematic of counting like what is 5-foot cube and like how well is it spread out. I think if you have the time and you have the ability to see, prepare, and like take it into account, yes, absolutely. But now the problem here is also, if you read the first part of this shape water, you choose an area of water that you can see.
Yeah.
So I will allow you to use this because I think that it's fine, but you are going to have to make me a spell check. And if you fail it, your chance might get away.
Okay, so I could cast Dark Vision.
That might actually help you in this situation. Yes.
It would be 2 spell slots. It would be a second level spell slot. but I could cast that.
Three mana points. I don't know how much mana points you have. You
I
should
believe
have
I'm full.
Yeah, I believe everyone should be full.
No, I have 0.
No, you had a rest, so you should be full.
Oh, well, that's
Oh, I have 0 though.
yeah. Same. I also had 0.
So
I don't have any to begin with. So.
Yeah.
no, yeah, exactly. No. You should.
If that's the case, I'm probably tapped out then. I'm not too
No.
sure.
So, Morgan, you have the full spell slots at the moment as well, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, but then again, you're also you slept in the temple and then you ran.
Yeah.
Like the entire way for almost 24 hours. So you're just exhausted, but you should all have your spells.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to cast Dark Vision?
I will. Just
Okay.
because it'd be useful to see what we're doing.
Yeah, awesome.
As long as I can, and it doesn't have material components. which
You
it
have
does.
to check that.
I need a pinch of dried carrot.
A pinch of what?
Dried carrot.
Because carrots are good for your eyesight.
Yeah.
Scheisse.
Are there any carrots in here? Of the dried variety, perhaps?
Okay, roll me a D100, and before Garris, tell me one number. One number on this D100.
1.
42.
1 is not 50.
One is not 50. Cool. There are no dried carrots. Yes, Sarah.
I do have something I can do. Chromatic
Yep.
Orb.
That's a
That's
damage
an
spell,
instantaneous spell.
which is just poof damage.
Yeah, on the door.
Yes, absolutely. But so
Oh, it's okay.
no. What I want to get is you've already tried attacking the door with
Yeah.
a spell or with a
okay.
cantrip. So instead of us like repeating ourselves, I
Okay.
want you to
Yeah.
try and come up with new ways.
Yeah, okay.
The ultimate D&D enemy, the door.
Yes.
Question.
Yes.
Can I spit an ice knife?
Since I allowed Garris to use spit as a drop of water once, yes.
Can I somehow prevent the ice knife from exploding?
No.
Scheisse.
Can you get us some light in any way? Morgan.
If you can find me a firefly.
How's my banging of the
Anything
walls
else?
going?
So, Navin, as yourself kind of thought, like or said before, you are tired, like you are
Yeah.
exhausted, like you feel if you just would have been in your like
Prime.
woken up state,
Yeah.
then you could probably just. There is a way for you to probably do this, but you're uncertain if you would fit, because like you going large require, but
They
it's
need
like
space, yeah.
I see him
maybe
trying.
if you go large, you destroy them, but
Yeah.
at the same time, if you don't, it
Yeah.
will hurt as hell.
Yeah.
So, what we could do, Morgan, is light a bit of cloth on fire. I don't want to be naked. You don't want to be naked. But
Kowèn, I'm...
I give them.
Take a lock.
They're not in the same.
no, they're in this percent. Yeah.
There,
Kowèn,
you
I am-
hear them. They're in the same room, but you have
Yeah.
no idea how far away they are.
Who's the best at picking locks?
Colin
can't
raises
see you
hand.
raising I can't see you raising your hand if you're.
Oh, I'm
Kowèn?
not talking.
so
Yeah.
Could you use one of? There's some bone splinters in this cell. Do you think you could use this as a lockpick?
Nobody's saying anything. No. Colin's fucking us over.
Kowèn, do you think you could use this as a lockpick? Kowèn, please at least tell me you're conscious. I'm getting worried.
I'm pretty sure he can't see it. It's dark in here. Whatever you have, we can't see it.
Fair.
I don't think we're supposed to go anywhere.
That it tends to be the point of a jail cell, yes, but I don't want to be here.
But if we break out, that's even worse.
Hello.
I don't think this situation could be any worse than this.
Is there anyone there?
No, all
Yes.
is well in the world. Don't concern yourselves.
Oh my
with us.
god. Could you help me out, please? You hear this coming somewhere south of you.
We could help you out if we didn't have the same problem as you.
Who and where are you?
My name's Wolfgang. I'm somewhere in here. Garris, you would know that the name of Kristoff's brother is Wolfgang.
Wolfgang. Wolfgang who? What family?
Gravenreuth.
Shit. Are you alright?
Is that you, Garris?
Yes, it is, at least for the time.
What the
No, this
fuck are
is
you
a
doing
right-
here?
Your brother came looking for you. I assume for the same reason you're locked up currently.
Yeah, the wizard, Sawmeyer, he did something, and then they all died, and I'm here. I'm starving, and I haven't had anything to drink for many days.
I'm really sorry. That's...
Given at this point, I reply to Kowèn. Given that they haven't given him anything to drink, I believe their intention is to let us die in here, so I do think it would be best to focus our efforts on escaping.
I doubt they're going to let him die. If I think what has happened has gone through. Garris is going to start taking off his undergarments.
Yep.
You said you could create water, didn't you?
I did. Morgan, you're going to need to plug your nose for a minute.
What?
Just trust me on this. Plug your nose and open up your mouth. Really sorry about this.
I know what you'll say. I know what you're doing, and I don't want you to
Do you want out of the cell or not?
do it in the guy who's dying of thirst.
Yeah.
Yes, but I don't... I can... Yes, I can get the water back once it melts, though.
Melts?
Cohen, I'm going to try something. I don't know if
What are you talking
it'll
about?
work,
What?
but I would advise
I'm just going
trying
to
to
put
go away a
water
bit
in
from
your
me.
mouth
It
to
might
store it for a bit.
get a little cramped in here.
That's weird, but fine.
I sort of brace
Yeah.
myself against the wall.
As you hear, like the wizards are talking about, like that's like his water is gonna leave his body, and then
yeah.
Garris is just like, no, it's just gonna,
Yeah.
yeah, and then
Alice.
and you are going to take some damage, my friend,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I am
More
gonna
than
allow you to
understandable.
roll me in athletics first.
Yep. Still with this. Wait. Do I get? Because
Yes,
I'm big
cancels
now.
out.
Okay, so it counts out. Yeah. And athletics.
2 seconds.
Some help at least. 17.
And you
Yeah.
get the plus my thing that I gave
Oh
you.
yeah.
Yes,
Is
the
it
D6. Perfect.
D6?
Technically should have been on the last one, but that's fine.
Oh.
So, 20, you guys are sitting there and talking, you just hear Navin like, I'm gonna just wait. And then, and you hit... As Navin... the problem is, when you have enlarged yourself, like, there is almost nowhere for you to move. You notice, as you have enlarged, you have destroyed, like, moved away the bars, like, bent them enough for
that's how it
Kowèn
goes,
to
yeah.
probably crawl out between. You, however, are like, you've bent the bars.
Yeah.
You can feel the other bars, but you're probably now more stuck than you were before
Yeah.
in this
Probably
large form.
impaled maybe on some of the sides and scratching because it's
Yes.
bent. Like,
Roll me a D100 first. The
Yep.
higher, the worse.
oh yeah. It's pretty bad.
Roll me 4D4.
Yeah.
9 points of damage.
Okay, good.
And then I sort of start shrinking down.
Yep.
But still like, oh. And then inspect the handiwork because obviously I can't really see it.
No, you definitely feel that you now have made a passageway out of your cell. You step out and you notice it's like 5 foot of cell, 5 foot of corridor, and then the other 5 foot is there. So there's just a very tiny passageway in between.
Cohen,
And-
it's open here. And I'd start heading out, trying to listen for where the academics are bickering.
They are just ahead of you.
Yeah. I head
so-
towards the noise.
Yep.
So
You
just keep your mouth open while I put water in it, and then we'll take the water out and then put it
I
in
still don't
Geekier.
like this plan.
Trust me, it will work out fine. Just don't choke on it. Ready?
again. You need to see the water of shape water.
I can light my undergarments on fire.
Okay, with prestidigitation.
Fireball, yes. Same difference.
I think it's a bit safer for prestidigitation in here.
Yes, probably.
Fireball. Boom.
Didn't you just set off a fireball once every 6 seconds? Firebolt?
Yes, but then I can't eat a shape water. You see the predicament that we're in. I'm assuming that Navin is outside the cell.
Yeah, you
hearing
probably
that
feel like Navin's hand on
Like,
your shoulder
Yeah.
at this point.
Still haven't managed to get out, I see.
We've been discussing that for some time.
I start inspecting their walls and their doors to see if I can find a similar weakness, I guess, or like,
Did you share did you share a cell with Kowèn?
yes. He's.
Um,
I think he's behind me.
I
Hard
pick
to
up
tell.
I pick up the largest bone splinter I can find that I was able to feel near the floor and press it into his palm. Can you see if Kowèn can use this to pick the lock?
Like, how do you see me?
Yeah, you hear it.
Presume
Okay, yeah,
that I
yeah,
can hear you well enough.
Yes.
Yeah, sure, yeah, but like you're handing me. Oh,
Yeah.
sort of feel it.
The question is, I'm going to ask Sarah this: has Kowèn showed Morgan his pickpocketing, like his lock-picking skills ever? I don't think so either. So I actually don't think that
Yeah.
you know.
But
But I
I
have
personally think
pickpocketed.
that I know that he's a pickpocket. I know he probably also knows how to pick locks because
Yeah.
those two things go hand in hand.
Yeah, he
I
has
feel
said that
I
he's
would be
the
able to make that
pickpocket. Yep.
connection.
Absolutely, I'll agree with that. The problem is, Kowèn is completely dead silent somewhere off, and
Yeah, I sort of like look to where I came. It's like Kowèn. Kowèn, are you there?
God. Is Kowèn alright?
I
what
don't.
is going
What
on?
are
Are
you-
you are you getting out of your cells?
One of us has at least. Kowèn, are you still in the cell?
Be careful. There's undead in the larger room.
We probably shouldn't be making so much noise, I suppose.
I think that they're deaf because I've been making a lot of noise trying to get them over here.
Ah, good warning, my friend.
Why have you been trying to get them over here?
So I can kill them and take the bones and get my way out of this damn cell.
It's more like, no offense, they'd be more likely to kill you.
If you had a bone shard, could you potentially get yourself out?
Yes, Sarah.
Yeah.
When I hear them talking, I try to find my way over to.
Yeah, it's very easy. It's like you crawl out and you feel
so
the.
I stand next to
Yep.
Navin and I just. Yeah.
Here, this. Morgan, give me this. It's for you. And I hand it
Okay.
to him.
And I'll try to pick the lock.
Yep, with disadvantage.
Yay!
Do you
Do
have
I
a
have
chat
to see-
inspiration?
Can I use
How
since
do I give
since-
inspiration chat?
Yeah, come on,
Since-
people.
Could you
I'm
check what
asking Kowèn to do
guidance?
this. Can I use guidance to give a bonus?
If unless it requires you to see them, yes.
Let me see.
Damn it, why did we all choose to play humans?
There wasn't anything.
We
There's
had
only
to.
there's
That's
two
too young.
sorts of humans that actually have dark vision though.
Oh god damn it!
That, my
God
friends,
damn it!
it's a
Ah,
grip
crap! It
fail.
just requires touch.
God fucking damn
Lock
it!
Yeah.
is now blocked.
But even so, with the guidance, yes, you put it in, and you're like, "Oh, this is quite an easy lock. I can just." And the bone that you got from Morgan is so brittle that just as you're about to like get the locking mechanism up, it breaks in a spot where it won't get back out.
This.
Are we free yet?
No.
See
How
if we
much
can find
longer do you think?
something else.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. Don't. Alright, Garris will get undressed again.
What?
Let's see if I see if I can find something to pry these bars with. There's not a lot of room down
Hey,
here.
Morgan, can we keep with Plan A then?
I don't like Plan A.
I don't really. I need to concentrate on the spell. I need somebody to hold the water.
I think
I can do that.
Fine.
so. I think you make me a d20, Simon. On a 15 and above, there will be something that you can pry loose
Yeah.
from the bars that you can
Oh, yeah.
definitely use. That will be
D20
like
you said?
d20
Yeah.
on a 15 and above.
Nope.
No bars. Like
Search
maybe
in
if you
vain.
take a bit of time, like if you would want to spend time, you can definitely get one of them loose.
Yeah.
But it's gonna take time.
Yeah, I think I'll probably continue searching the room for other options, and then like I can always come back to it. But I don't think he would do it like, oh, I'm just gonna go for the first.
Do you want
best.
to leave this like room that you're feeling the bars? Because at one point you feel the bars go over to stone.
Yeah. No,
Do you want to continue in the
I'll
darkness?
I'll stay in the room and then sort of head in the direction where I heard Wolfgang. He's in the same room, I guess.
No, he like you heard him very far off.
Yeah. Then I'll head towards him.
Okay,
Garris will light his underwear on fire.
sure.
Look very quickly to see if anybody's opening their mouths, so
Well,
to
I
use as a
am.
container.
I mean, okay. But okay, I just have a question. Why don't you cast it like on the roof in one corner? It falls down, and then you pick up as much as you need.
Wait,
that's
can
still
I
there.
do that? I thought you were saying that I couldn't.
No, of course you can create it in
why
the
did I just
air.
put it on the floor then?
No,
Yes,
you
correct.
guys were the people that were. I just said that you need to see the water as you shape water it.
No, I thought if I was going to create water, it would just splash everywhere and it wouldn't.
Yes.
Be enough. No. Wait. Yes.
Yes, it will, but the lock is small, and
Yeah, you don't need a lot.
10 gallons of water dropped in one spot when you cast it. There is still going to be like at least 2 gallons in that same spot the moment you do it again.
I will
Yes.
do that then. Yeah.
Yeah, so you light your undergarments on fire. So you guys see Garris standing there, butt naked, and just cast like water, like spits in his hand. It looks like he's gonna do something else with that spit as he's standing there naked.
I didn't need that image.
Yes, you did. Create water,
No, I
you
didn't.
splash down, you shape water into the lock, you then shape water again. The lock and the bone together, just crack, crack, boom, explodes as the door just opens up. And I think this is like just before Navin heads out. I need to quickly go and piss. You guys can talk about what you wanted.
What was that loud
Problem
bang?
solved.
Good thing you managed to get out.
Yes. Very fortunate indeed. We should go quickly. The water is only going to be here for so long. Hopefully, I could get enough of it to run another one and get our friend free.
Can we? Oh, I was going to say if we could pick something up and give it to Wolfgang, but I guess that will be difficult with our current clothing. Do you have the rag in your mouth still, or?
I have no idea.
'Cause
I envision that
Yeah.
I would have just tied it around.
Because I mean, you
one
could
of the
just take the rag, put it in the water, and then you can always squeeze a bit of water out of it. But it's probably not. I mean,
It's
for
our
someone
only
who's
light
been,
swords right now.
yeah. Oh, sure, yeah. I mean, but we have three more pairs of
Yeah.
underpants if we need it.
So, has my underwear burned through yet, GM?
I mean, I think your underwear burns quite quickly. I'm going to just quickly show you guys the parts of how it all looks. Give me a second. Like what you
And
would.
There's no opportunity to pick up another bit of water for another lock down the line.
As Simon said, the one way to do it is probably getting some garments wet. Okay, and move you over here. Very unprepared map of just flashes. This is how you see it. So you were just 10 foot ahead. You heard it down here somewhere.
Yeah.
And then it just goes black again.
We should try and get Wolfgang.
Yes, that seems like a prudent issue.
I get some bloody light. Did we see anything that might have been making those noises, or was
Nope.
that still a mystery?
Still a mystery.
Can
Actually,
Garris
I
step out and-
believe just from where you were standing. Let me make another one here. Doom, doom. I think I can make it like this, and then I can delete this one. I think you would have seen this as well. And here, Tim goes to his freehand paint because he's so goddamn good. There would be a circle, and there would be, scribbled runes on the side of them. That very much indicates a teleportation circle. You would assume, I mean, you're not stupid, sound bouncing from this side to Wolfgang. The other side is the...
Head towards
Sounds
Wolfgang.
like there's something coming over here. Then.
Probably the
It's
sun is
been
Wolfgang.
sunny the entire time. Okay, you want to head down towards Wolfgang's side?
Let me get my bearings first and figure out what I can and can't cast. Nobody has
Navin
ashes
starts
on
going.
them, do they?
There would be ashes from your clothes.
Or it needs to be a sprig of spruce is the problem.
I usually keep it in my underwear, but you caught me on a bad day, so... I start heading, touching the wall as I go, heading towards direction of Wolfgang's voice.
Yep. You guys kind of, get in your bed. You can move your tokens. It's okay because you'll get a feel of what is and what isn't. As you move down, you will get to the point here. These dots are bars. So Garris gets to the point where you just feel bars. As you get here, you would hear from this cell. Is that you? Please.
Yes.
Please. And the problem with these cells is that they don't seem to have a lock.
Well, we don't see it, but I start feeling.
Yeah,
for
as
the
you
door
feel
or
it,
lock,
there
yeah.
is no. There seems to be two thicker bars.
I'm going to
Well, his cell
firebolt
doesn't
for a
have a
bit of
lock.
visibility.
Okay, yeah, sure. You firebolt into the ceiling, and I think Navin is probably the one that sees it as he. Let's see if I can get this to work as I want.
It's just full of blood-sucking bats.
Nah, there is behind Garris, stretching for him, a zombie.
I pull Garris back.
Yeah, it's just this flash of sight.
Yeah.
You pull Garris back. It is still gonna try and make an attack, with disadvantage though. You just feel the risp missing you, and then the sound is, or the noise is gone.
Some sort of creature in the other cell.
Mm.
You can only see.
Which cell are you in, friend?
I'm in here.
Very descriptive. I assume the one on the left then.
He kind of bangs the cell a little bit so that you can hear where he is.
Alright, I am going to launch a volley of firebolts down towards whatever was in these bars.
Sure, with what, you can't see anything. They are thick and heavy bars. You can stand here and spend some time and just, shoot. Maybe eventually you'll kill it.
Point taken.
Yeah.
But I can't just shoot the bars over and over and melt through them? That's not the way it works?
Jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams.
Alright, so we've got a monster on our right, person to the left, and something being ahead of us, presumably.
We can't open these bars without some sort of tool or something to pry it open with.
like we're talking, these bars are the thickness of like a thigh almost, probably.
Okay.
Like it is massive, and it's only 2, and they are like seamless. There's like they go up, and as you're like feeling, there's like a small bit of space at the top, almost as if though they would go up somehow.
I move up, so I talk to let's see, Garris. Garris, if you give me some light, I can go in. I can go into the cell and bring him out.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
And the only method I have for lights is to light our underwear on fire at the moment.
Okay.
A noble cause for the underwear, to be sure.
I'll take off mine.
Yeah, sure. You take off yours, you hand it to Garris.
No.
Undergarments.
Don't! That's so gross. Oh,
We're all
no.
gonna be
There's
naked
people
by
who
the
sell
time
their
we go.
underwear for lots of money to gross perverts. We don't do that here.
We just
What
light
are
them
we
on
even
fire.
talking about? Okay, yeah, anyway.
Yep.
So I hand those over to you, and
Yep.
okay.
You've got about 30 seconds.
Okay, and I misty step into the place,
Yep. And then?
and then I grab him, and misty step back
Okay.
outside.
Just Misty Step.
I
actually
completely
allow-
forgot
Don't
about an
think
ability
so.
I had.
I think it doesn't bring people
No,
with
I don't
them, unfortunately.
Could you
doesn't.
get us light the entire time?
No,
Ah,
you teleport
No.
up
Damn
to
it.
because it's the next version, Dimension Door, which will
Yeah.
allow you to do that.
Or Thunderstep.
I'm
Thunderstep.
Or
sorry,
Thunderstep.
I
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
remember that. God
Yes,
damn
okay,
it.
we can
Okay, well,
just go back a little
Garris
bit.
will give her
The underwear
back
is
her
saved
underwear.
for now.
Okay,
Yeah, okay.
okay. Yeah,
Yes, Morgan.
sorry.
I completely forgot I can walk through solid objects once per short rest.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can.
I can just do that, and I forgot.
Yep.
Ooh,
Almost as if though Tim planned this with something in mind.
You lit my underwear on fire!
Yep, I can just walk through the wall, which I do. I just walk right through the wall.
I mean,
Barred wall.
How do you get back?
I can't do that, but I can get out.
so you go into his cell.
No,
Like,
no.
no, you
I
can-
need to decide how to use this, but this is a thing that I need to work into. my
Remember,
thinking.
yes.
Yeah, yes.
Alright,
Okay,
it
so
looks
you're standing here
there's
like
some
a-
mechanism to raise the boss. Let's see if we can find that by spamming fireball down this corridor to see if we see anything.
I am
And
going
back
to
to
say that the more you use Firebolt,
Yeah.
the less light it's gonna give off. And at one
Take it.
point, it's just going to be like,
Fireball is also technically
Nothing.
burning off the oxygen in here, which is kind of nice to have since we
Yeah.
do need it.
Is there any moss in this dungeon?
you don't know. You haven't explored anything.
If it was translucent moss, we would probably see it because it's
Yep.
translucent.
Translucent is see-through. And phosphorescent will only shine under
Yeah,
you
phosphorescent.
ultraviolet.
Cool.
Bioluminescent light moss will just light up, but phosphorescent is just a different
I'm
thing.
assuming that you're moving out into the other room where you can
Yeah.
hear the it's coming from. Okay. It is a very small room, and we are going to have to, weirdly enough, the moment that I believe it would be like Navin that steps through, we are going to have to roll initiative
Ooh.
as we're fighting this.
No.
Because now that you step there, they can see you.
Ah.
Oh my god, fuck. Fuck.
We should know where the zombies are, right?
Nope. You can't see anything.
No. We hear it probably, but can't see it.
But with the way blindness works for the ruling, you can still tell where things are from sound. You just have disadvantage on attack rolls.
Like, as in, like, yes, you can absolutely attack where you think they are, but you can't see them.
Alignment.
Oh, look at these fast zombies. Ho, 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 ho. Okay, Morgan, I believe so. I think how it would work is one of these would like go up and try to smack Navin, and then like combat ensues with Morgan being the first one to.
Yeah, because I'm still like.
These, by the way, that I have here, they are just random positions. They do not represent where the zombies actually are at the moment.
Yeah. Says we can't see them.
Yep.
Yes.
But we can hear them, and you can pretty if you have two functioning ears, you can pretty reliably determine where something is just by what the sound it's making.
Not from where you're standing, because that is 25 foot in another room.
There's also a person in between who would like to get not shot in the back.
What?
It's difficult for sure.
Chop.
Yeah.
Morgan.
Crap.
I never thought I'd be so desperate for a decent carrot in my life.
Can Dark Vision be applied to allies or only yourself?
It can be applied to any willing creature.
I am going to step here and hold my action for the condition that a zombie step into where I can perceive that I have clear line of sight to it, or line of... If a zombie is...
I understand what you're trying to say.
Okay,
Perception.
yeah. Can I hear that my comrades are not
I
in
would
front of
assume
me?
that like you would all be out here somewhere. Just gonna remove this.
Okay.
Yes, I can tell that you can perceive that shit's going on.
Okay, so do I perceive that anything is behind me here or somewhere
Nope.
here? Nothing like that.
I mean, you've walked here, it's only a thin corridor.
Yeah, because I God
Then
damn
you
it.
stand there.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, I'll give, but I have to see him, so I can't do that. Oh my god, yeah, okay. I am going to step on over to here, and I'm gonna hold a shocking grasp.
Yep.
If I can do that, in case anybody touches me that's not supposed to touch me.
Absolutely. And Tim's just going to double check. Is Bardic Inspiration actually something that you need to see? Choose one creature that can hear you. So you can use your inspiration if you want, or because they can hear you. But no, the way we did it is that it's through the things, isn't it? So yeah, actually, you are correct. So no, Navin, from nowhere, because you are blinded, they will try and attack you. You have a shit AC.
12 AC, yep.
Yeah, you will take a total of 10 points of damage as you feel.
Could be worse.
Could definitely be worse.
3
Don't
punches.
say that out loud. That's
Yeah,
like
don't
one of
say
the
that
worst
out
things
loud.
you could
I can't
possibly
do
do.
shit
Garris.
for you.
Nav, are you alright?
Not quite.
They can't seem to see us very well. Let's pull back and just leave them.
I think they found me.
Alright. Hearing Navin's voice, would it be possible to shoot into this square?
Yeah, sure, but he is in the way, so
I will probably hit him.
probably is. But you can, take a held action.
You do have the
Tell him
hand
to
axe
drop to
to
the ground.
hold against me anyways if you hit me.
Yeah.
Tell him to drop to the ground with speaking as a free action, and then hold your action for on his turn when you hear him hit the floor, then fire it.
Navin, if you think you can take a few more blows, could you get out of the way real quick?
I'm trying.
Okay. So held action to when you think that he's gone. Yep. Okay. Get Navin.
Step back.
I can sort of like feel them all like pulling at me.
Yes,
so.
you can see 3 eyes
Yeah.
looking at you.
So I think my instinct would be to sort of try to trip one of them, like to punch one of them to make him go down on the ground.
Would that be the one that you think Garris is trying to hit, or one on the sides?
I think it's the one that's probably most attached to me. Maybe it's more like we're like the center mass to maximize the amount of hitting.
Go ahead. Smack.
Let's see, disadvantage.
Yes, because you are blinded.
Yes, and I don't have a improvised attack or just fist, so it's just a
fist. So it's the just 1d20 plus. I would say that you would be proficient with your fist. It doesn't make sense that you aren't.
Yeah.
The damage, however, will be just
yeah.
Plus D. Nice, good hit. You can go ahead.
It's twice. Because it's okay. Because it's disadvantage, remember?
Yes, but I was assuming that was going to be the lowest.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead and roll the superiority die as well.
Oh, yes,
He's going to try to make a save. Oh, he falls prone.
Nice.
And so that's 1 plus your strength is 3. Yeah, cool.
And then I'll sort of like having knocked him down, I'll sort of back up.
Yeah.
One.
You can take a 5-foot step if you want. You can take it down here.
Yeah, I try to squeeze in on the side to open it up.
Garris, you shoot in this square. There is no zombie there. Because I'm assuming Garris wouldn't aim to the ground. He would aim in the center mass. Yeah. So you shoot, and you see as it passes by how the zombie's just crawling on the ground. With that, Morgan, you held what type?
An Eldritch Blast.
I will allow you because you suddenly get sight to shoot this one on the ground.
Excellent.
It will be at disadvantage.
Yeah, it's mega disadvantage. It's dark and they're prone.
Yep. Who knew that zombies could be scary when it's dark and you don't have any gear? You shoot it out and it just hits the ground. I do need you just to make me another roll to see if you confirm. So just a straight up d20 plus 6.
Plus 6?
Yep, because that's your attack. So basically you make another attack, and that 23, that is no confirm. Nothing bad happens, and it is your turn again, Morgan. Light us back out.
I would like to fire an Eldritch Blast at the place I saw the zombie still.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll me another one with disadvantage. Nice. You hear the grunt from the zombies. Kowèn?
Did I see any of them?
Yes, you would have seen over Garris' shoulder.
Okay, yeah. Can I step past Garris or not?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Shove him aside. He's walked past. You're the man now.
Yeah, basically. So I step forward and I would like to do a chromatic orb in there.
You actually can do this because he would not have taken that away from you because that shit is still in your mouth. So disadvantage. Go ahead. What type of damage?
Fire.
Fire. Yep. Yes. Oh, nice. And with that, it's going to die. And I will say, because it is chromatic, I will say that it now sheds dim light around it, so you can currently see all the zombies.
I did a good thing.
Okay.
How long does the chromatic orbs last?
You don't know. It's gonna step through.
It was 2 mana, right?
Yes, 2 mana for a level.
Yeah, just saying.
It is going to see Kowèn, and it has stepped back out into the darkness, so it slams at you. You take 2 points of damage. Navin, you get an attack of opportunity as this thing moves.
I'll take it and
Is the zombie wearing clothes?
The one that you saw, yes, that is what's currently burning.
I rolled twice.
Real
Definitely not.
They technically cancel out, so roll me another attack at disadvantage.
Okay. 1, 2.
Okay, nice. Do you want to add a superiority die, or?
I don't think I can.
Most of them can, because most of them say when you hit. So the trip attack is when you hit.
Yeah, for sure. Then it's like a downward thrust trying to knock them down.
I'll make a save.
I'll roll the D8
openly. He passes it. He still takes the damage, though.
Yeah, trick shot.
3 extra damage, and then he's gonna slam at Navin.
Yeah.
Hits for 4 points of damage.
Yep.
Garris, you feel that there is a lot of movement now in your little room.
Too many
comfortable
people in
with
my
this.
room.
Really not comfortable with this. 5 foot step back.
Get out of my room.
And I would get a feeling there's somebody here, I assume.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna firebolt him or the butt. I guess
Go for it.
You know, his own personal preferences. Let's see. 1 firebolt. It's rolled.
9 just hits for 4. Navin,
I am going to. Can I hear them next
you
to me? or
feel
like-
them both like brushing
Okay.
up against you.
Yeah. I will try and trip because I didn't trip the one I hit, right?
No, he
No,
managed to be strong.
I'll do like a try to slam him down.
Yeah.
I should really have the command for it, but yeah, so
Nice.
12. Yeah.
Hits.
And then a superiority die. Ooh, that's nice.
Nice, and this is another trip attack, right?
Yes.
However, the trip might not matter. Let's see. This is it a dex or a strength save?
Strength save.
Strength. So then he passes.
Yeah.
However, you hear him like you feel like you are a prominent fighter. You feel how you break this thing's neck, but he just
Yeah.
comes back.
I'll take my action surge
Nice.
and clobber the other one with another trip attack.
Nice.
Or well, if I hit him.
If you hit
Yeah, it's always the. Nope.
In this,
Roll me
in
a
this
confirm.
world,
Oh my
is
god, what the
the
hell?
zombie
No!
infection...
No, no,
is it-
no, no, no.
Not a confirm, unfortunately. Can we wait until your turn, Jeff? Let's see. Oh, cool. Nothing happens. You miss just blatantly.
Yeah.
No. Yes, it's in my world.
Is zombie-ness infectious? Is the zombie infection a bite-transmittable virus?
Very differently. You, as an archaeologist, would know that there have been empires that have succumbed entirely to those sorts of viruses. However, it usually requires a lot of different magic, vile magic, to create them.
So what you're saying is these are the ultimate evil in the world, and by defeating them, we will be the heroes of the realm.
Absolutely. Morgan, your turn.
Okay. I would like to... See, I don't want to hit Kowèn, so I'm going to step here and fire an Eldritch Blast at this zombie.
Yep. I mean, you already have disadvantage, so it can't be more.
I know.
Mega disadvantage.
There are the mega advantage thing that the elves. There's a specific elf feat that you
elf
roll
accuracy.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they put that in the game.
I mean, I think it's kind of fun. Ooh, nice, good hits. He's gonna
Finally.
try and survive. He does not. He dies. Nice.
For a
You hear
second
that?
time.
Kowèn, you have one left in front of you.
Yeah, I'll just touch it and...
Yeah. I will say that this one you don't need disadvantage on because you're literally reaching out and touching. Nice, good hit. In return, though, he's gonna try and slap you.
Slap me?
Slap
grabs
you.
for
You just like
revenge.
you go and shock him, and he in retaliation, he's like shocking, just slaps you in your face for 3 points of damage.
Oh, bitch slap. Why?
Garris.
Excuse me, Morgan. Pardon me. Sorry. Can I get a shot on this zombie here?
I mean, yes, there is a very high chance that you will hit someone of your friends, though. Step up another step, and then it will be more certain that you won't.
I will basically take a step. Actually, yeah, I will take a step onto the zombie's rotting corpse. I'm going to kick it in the head once to make sure it's actually
just to make
dead.
sure.
And firebolt.
Go ahead. Nice, good hit. Starts to burn. I will say now that the clothes of the other one have burnt out. Navin,
I'll kick it.
go for it.
Still disadvantage, I guess, because it's
Yep.
dark, even though it's prone. Yeah.
This one is not prone. He.
Oh, he's okay.
No, you missed the attack.
He might be though. We'll see.
Yes, now he might be if you want to try.
Yes, I think I will.
14? No, he is not prone. However, he'll take 3 plus Oh.
That's nice.
Ouch.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! How do you want to finish
Take
him?
it. Oh, nice. Like a foot comes down and just slam, or sorry, like the foot goes and tries to slam his leg down. It probably breaks the leg off, and the zombie sort of
Nice.
collapses.
Nice. He is dead. The room goes silent, and you are out of combat.
We are now the heroes of the realm.
You are. Absolutely. This was the most vicious infection of zombies that has ever been.
Start looking over my wounds just to make sure I'm not bleeding profusely.
No, they seem not to be biting you, luckily enough.
Is everyone all
For
right?
the love of God, please take one of their loincloths.
Yes,
I
thank you.
don't care how
just
gross
about
it
to
is.
suggest that. Do any of them have clothes that are feasibly wearable?
Prestidigitation to clean them.
You will find enough to carry on for a little while when it comes to light. Yes, Sarah.
I want to find Navin. And,
You feel it?
Try to find him.
You would?
Yeah. Exactly.
Is it a material component needed, or is it just vocal and somatic? No, nice, good. Okay, so I'll give you then the description of this room. I'm just gonna quickly change music
Thank you,
though, because we don't need the music for this.
Garris will pick out some new underwear, if that's all right.
Put music on again. Nice. That's a shit roll, Sarah. 5 points of healing back.
But 5 hit points is 5 hit points.
Yeah, 5 hit points is 5 hit points. Cool. So to explain then what you see in this room as you light this up. In the center, there is... that was the wrong color. I wanted it the other way around. Here is a large glass container. Inside it, you see nothing at the moment. You see another similar one up here. This one should not be that... It should be round, but it's fine. You see another one here. You see another one here. You see, which I'm assuming that you are going to quickly go to, a table with a torch.
Mm.
Oh, thank Lord.
So I'm assuming that now you have light, so we can actually do this. You have another larger table here with a massive door behind it. In the topmost corner, there is a boiler, I suppose. Here is, let's see, a door as well. The boiler seems to be, especially when Morgan looks at it, is definitely some sort of alchemical boiler. You also see on this table there are several vials. There are several ingredients. Actually, most of them seem to be without any use. Kowèn, I think the moment that you step here, you're gonna shit your pants a little bit. Materializing inside the cylinder is what seems to be an 8-year-old girl.
What?
Oh,
You see the just etherealness. She looks very human. Like she's not a vengeful spirit. Like she's a humanoid spirit. And as you step in there, she puts her ethereal hand on the glass, and you just see this very sad face on her, and her lips move, but you can't hear it.
I'm gonna try to break her out.
Okay. Nice.
So I'm just gonna take my elbow and start just hitting
the glass.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me an athletics check.
Disadvantage, right? Because I still have
Exhaustion point. Yes.
Yay. Did you say athletics?
Yes.
Okay,
Can we
cool.
find a long rest in here we could use?
God damn it, no!
You hit it as hard as you can, and you just feel pain throughout your entire arm. As roll me a d100.
So is this magic pain, or is this I just punched glass pain?
I just punched thick glass pane, and it might have broken my elbow.
Yeah.
Yeah. You are uncertain, but you hear a big fucking crack from doing this. And like she like goes back a little bit as you're doing this. You can continue in a different way, different manner. Find something else to do this.
Is there something hard that I can hit it with?
Yes, there would be like probably a pestle and mortar that you can find and like you just
that one I do.
Cool. We'll wait with that a little bit because the other people have time to do something else. Garris, what would you be doing?
Basically start yelling out to Kowèn. Kowèn, wait, we don't know what that is. Maybe it's better to take a look at it first.
In this one and this one, as you have been moving around, you do see vengeful spirits materialize. They are very angry, want to get out, and want to murder you kind of deal.
Well,
is the little girl an illusion?
You can roll me an Arcana.
Wouldn't that be investigation? Intelligence?
No, because investigation for me would be because you can't touch it, you can only see it kind of deal through the glass. Like, for me, this is more about your magical knowledge, about being able to spot illusions. I am going to need to go for another piss here in a moment, and I think that this could be a good spot for a quick little break. As far as you know, no, she doesn't seem to be an illusion. We'll take a quick 5-minute break here. So whoever wants to stick around for the last part of exploring this weird underground thing that they have found themselves in, will be back shortly. And no penis jokes now that we're back on stream. No.
What do you mean, no penis jokes?
I mean, no. So we find ourselves back in this now lit room as Kowèn is just hammering on this glass, and it's thick glass. You are like, every time you're hitting this, you're like taking a point of damage, and Kowèn just doesn't fucking care.
No.
He's just hammering at this point, and like maybe after 7 hard bashes, you hear just a crack. 8, 9, and then like it just cracks enough, and you see, like, you just hear this as the spirit of the girl like seeps out of the hole, materializes in the room, and kind of looks at you, very confused, very unaware of what is going on. She kind of looks at you. Thank you. What's going on?
I leap in and hug her.
Oh, you can't. She's ethereal.
Well,
So
I try.
you like, your hands just go through. What's this? She like looks down on her body like, what's going on?
It appears as if somebody has turned you into a spirit of some sort.
But I was just sitting and having a picnic with my mother.
Do you remember what happened?
At this point, Garris, you hear my voice in your head again. I'm going to have to do this a lot, apparently. There's also the possibility that she died over 1,000 years ago.
I don't remember. Where am I? What's going on? Where's my mother?
Wait, it's all right. What's your name?
My name's Lucilla.
I'm Kowèn, and we will find your mom.
Navin just nods.
Like, she tries to touch you, but her hand just goes through. Why are my hands like this? Why can't I touch you?
While this is going on, can Garris start making rounds at the table, get a sense
Sure.
for what experiments might have been conducted here?
Kowèn, you were saying something, I believe.
No, I'm.
Oh, you're not saying anything to her, like, as she's breaking down. Okay.
Well, no. The thing is, I'm breaking down too. That's the fucking problem. So
Yeah, like, she's just like, what's going on? Why can't I? My hands.
I
can't. Where's my mother? Mother, please.
It's going to be alright. Alright, it's going to be okay.
No, she turns around and looks at you. Oh, what's going on? Help me, please.
Garris doesn't know anything about giving spirits respite, does he?
You've spent some time in Asherite. Roll me a religion. Or, no, yes.
Please, no.
Roll me a
Not
religion.
religion.
Roll me a religion. Ooh. Usually, like, the spirits who still wander and are coherent, they don't realize that they're dead. That is usually the case. Some of them can be put to rest simply by making them understand that they're dead. Some are bound by some sort of token, by a spell, by something that still holds them here. If it's a token or another object that holds them here, that holds their essence, you can simply burn it and it releases them. If it's a spell, the person who has done it has to release it or has to perish.
And I can't touch her, so I can't use identify. Can I tell first of all, can I tell any specifics about what kind of spirit she is? And
No.
Secondly, can I tell what may or may not be keeping her here?
Nope. You have no idea. And since this was Garris kind of making the check and talking to her, gonna let him
What's your name?
continue.
Forgive me.
Priscilla.
My name's Lucilla.
Scylla?
Lucilla.
Lucilla.
As in Lucy, but Lucilla instead. My mother's name is Lucy.
I'm afraid you may be dead.
But I was just having picnic with my mother. I was gonna eat the raspberry pie that we baked together this morning.
It can be very sudden sometimes.
But my mother then, she looks up to you. She's alive, right? She must be. My mother's still alive. Have you seen her?
I'm not so sure, Lucy, that she is.
What do you mean?
Well, I haven't seen your mother. I've never heard of you or your mother before. I don't know how long you've been down here.
She start looking around.
If your mother is dead, I'm sure she awaits for you, and she's probably worried why you haven't come. And if she is not, then perhaps you will be the first. And you can wait for her.
Lucilla, please listen to me. Please ignore him. He's wrong and dumb and stupid and should probably go in the other room and think about what he's done. I say, looking Garris in the eye.
Okay, now, again, sorry, I have to step in. I think that, from my perspective, I feel it very rude that you're stepping over Bryant and his character several times
This isn't me
now.
trying to step over his character. This is me trying to bicker with his character.
But it's also, both now Simon and you are stepping in and talking over him when he's having an RP moment. And sometimes, even though you want to do things, you need to sit back and let a person that has started this finish it. And that goes for other ways as well. When you're doing something that you find interesting, since Garris now started this, then let him finish it.
Sorry.
You're fine.
So she looks around and looks to what Navin has said and looks back to Garris. So you're not just joking then? I'm actually dead.
I'm afraid so. It seems to be the reality of the situation.
But I'm afraid. What awaits me if I'm dead?
What awaits her?
The common knowledge is that there's the Eternal Halls that you go to, and then Vona judges you in the Eternal Halls, and you're either sent on to kind of, live your life almost like an afterlife, very nice. Then if you're judged bad, then you are led to hell. If you have lived just a normal life with absolutely no influence of anything. You are left to stand in the Eternal Halls.
Lucille, I believe that you've been a very good girl. As for how just the gods are, I cannot say, but I believe that you have lived a life worthy of reward.
I wasn't always a nice girl. I teased the miller's boy. I made fun of him and his red hair, but it was only because I liked him. But I made fun of him.
We all have our
Does
slights.
that make me bad?
Not at all.
No.
We all have some flaws to us. What makes us good or bad is the methods we use to address it, and the knowledge of those flaws. And you have been very good about that. The first thing after you woke up, the first thing you thought of was your mother, out of both concern and love for her. If that isn't a sign of a good soul, I don't know what is.
She tries to put her hands around your shoulder and give you a hug, but again, her hands just pass through you, and it's just a freezing moment, that freezing cold that passes through. But I'm so afraid. What if she's in there on the other side? What if I'm all alone?
Good girl like you, someone as brave as you? I don't think they will be. I don't know if there's anything I can say to take your fear away or make what you're going through any easier, but I have faith you could get through it. For as little as I've known you, anyhow. I think your mother had faith too. I think she thought you were strong and that you were brave. I'm sure she misses you wherever she is.
Yes, she probably does. So, I should go then.
Probably should.
Are you certain? Maybe I should stick around here. Maybe she's here. Maybe she's just outside.
I don't think you should leave your mother waiting any longer than you have to. She's waiting for you.
And if she isn't, well, she'll be there soon. What's best for you is to meet up where you know you shall find her.
She nods. And she looks you in the eye, Garris. Thank you. Thank you. You put my heart at rest. And she steps forward, and this ethereal light starts to illuminate itself, turning from blue into yellow, and she puts her hands around you. And you feel these small girl arms give you a proper hug. And as they do, and as she vanishes, you feel that she leaves something behind. Something for you. And you are given a Blessing of Lucilla, which will allow you to, at any one point, you can take an action and restore either all of your HP or all of your mana points.
Holy shit!
Nice.
That's amazing!
Alright.
Navin sort of steps
will-
up. There you go.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say Navin steps up when the girl disappears and claps you on the back well done, Garris. No, you were so good with children, but proving me wrong.
Something tells me she didn't die ages ago.
Probably not. But she needed to hear what you said. Well then, let's keep looking in the room, see if we can find anything else. Maybe there are more spirits we need to release and put to rest.
She said her name was Lucilla, right?
Hmm.
Do you remember what she said the mother's name was?
Don't think she said.
Lucy.
Oh, Lucy.
I might indulge in a bit of fancy when we get back.
If
Oh.
That's the DM saying it.
Like that.
Can I go look at the tables and more specifically the legs of the tables?
Why the legs?
I want to remove one of them to make a makeshift weapon or makeshift like just a weapon.
Yeah, there would be things around, like especially with the bars. I think you can, as I said, you can go back and take some time and get a bit of like metal piece of rod. Morgan, could you roll me an alchemy check, please?
There were no child-sized zombies that we fought, right?
No child zombies yet, and none of the zombies were female. As you're glancing around this room, you look over the potions on the table. Or not, sorry, ingredients. And you are very certain that if you combine them properly, very carefully, you can probably make a giant strength potion.
Interesting.
Garris, there is a metal door here that there is no key to whatsoever. Yes, Sarah.
I'm gonna take
Actually, no.
up I'm gonna pick up a couple of shards of glass if
Mhm.
I can, and I'm gonna have them in my hands and be. I'm
So,
definitely.
If
gonna
you
take-
stab somebody with a glass shard in your hand, you will cut yourself equally as much as you cut someone else.
Yes, but I would like to see if there are any like fabrics or anything that I can, have.
Handle wrapping.
Yeah.
Sure, there would be. I think no. No, the zombies were used for the little light before you got to the.
Yeah. Well, in
Torch,
that case,
so,
I'm
nope.
gonna rip off my own.
Yep. Okay, you take off your underwear.
Yep.
And
And I'm
okay,
gonna
now we have
say-
two naked
And I'm
people.
gonna say
Two
also
commandos.
that I have, like, Kowèn's skin there is not a single place on there that isn't scarred. Like, scarred all the way. Every single thing, except for his hands. But, yeah, so that's what you get.
Yeah,
But,
Navin definitely stops and looks and sort of in awe, I guess, like having probably seen some of your arms maybe at some point, but never seeing all of it.
Yeah, and I have a big scar around my neck as well. Really big.
Is it old or it looks
Old
like
one.
old? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, these are old.
Yeah, many of like the scars on the back, especially, would be like scars on scars. Most of them you would probably see whip, fire, and acid would probably be the three types of scars that you would see mostly. Some knife wounds that definitely is not self-inflicted along arms and up to the point where wrists. Getting a closer look now that you actually see the scars, you will see scars like up in his hairline, underneath, like behind the ears. You would probably even see it. One of the ears is actually like a bit of it cut away. You haven't really thought about it before. Now that you actually see him in his scarred state, and it's
almost disconcerting, like seeing someone with so many.
Not
scars.
almost. It is disconcerting. Like, who the fuck would do this to a human being? Is the first question that goes through your minds, and it's like.
And the second is probably like, who could be so strong to withstand all of this and still be sane enough to walk around?
Also, sorry if it's okay. Also, my demeanor after meeting this girl is totally different. I am not scared. Doesn't look like I'm scared. I look fucking pissed off. I look so fucking angry right now. So I'm like holding the shards of glass really tight, and I'm just looking for shit to just.
Yeah, it's like you almost like,
kill.
okay, leave.
Yeah.
let him be.
Yeah.
Okay, so the only thing, there's a big metal door. There's the alchemical potion. There's the door behind the table. That's about it.
Okay.
Could I get a leg from the table, or like one of the iron rods? I guess?
Yes, you can get one of the iron rods to make a improvised weapon. Yes, Jay.
To roll things
right.
back a bit, GM. Would it be okay if Garris got some underwear, as well as maybe something to cover up his arm?
There is nothing.
All right,
There is absolutely nothing, unfortunately. So, yeah.
So what's
Jay.
up with Garris's arm?
You do notice a seemingly set of black bruises that are eking his way down to his palm, I believe. Almost like...
It wouldn't be bruises per se. You would see now as well, like this is the first time that's actually true. So when the light goes off and like this girl is gone, and you look to first Kowèn just like this bruised. You know when you go up and you put like your arm around somebody's neck, like kind of body hold, you would see a dark shadow like from the nape of the neck around over his torso up to like his left shoulder like this. And as probably Morgan looks at it, it almost looks like it waves on his body for a moment. And you kind of just shake your head a little bit and it's just there.
You see, you catch a stare and a slight frown before his expression returns to normal.
In addition to the ingredients, are there any like tools or supplies of any kind? Maybe like even just like something like a vial.
Yes, there would be a vial. There would be the pestle and mortar. There would probably like you have one try with this equipment before it completely dies off. If you make it successfully, you'll have a nice ass potion. But if you fuck up, like it can turn very south because of the brittleness of these tools.
I think I'll hold on to the ingredients themselves, but leave the dodgy equipment for my own stuff at a later date.
Yeah.
Okay.
But could I perhaps, since for potion making, is there a source of water?
Let's say
potions.
In one of the vials, like that's what I mean. Like in one of the vials, there is like just grummy water.
Cool. I keep the vial open and ready so I can cast the ice knife with it if I have to.
Sure.
Looking at the rest of the room, there's one metal door here that doesn't seem to have an entrance. One big tank that's empty, and 2 angry spirits.
Yes, 2 angry spirits. I'll put zombies there for now. So this door is heavily ass locked. We're talking probably 8 inches of steel. No visible keyhole from this side. It would be possible probably for a very strong person to pull it off the hinges.
Garris is going to pick up a slither of glass here and start making his way silently back to the brother.
Yeah, you see as you come around now, you can actually properly see him. Very much like Kristoff, but taller, leaner. He also has this fiery red hair that many of the nobles in, like the higher up nobles in Kingdom of Owls, which has. As you see the zombie now, you see the zombies like without yaw and without any like jugular tongue. That is why it's making no noise. It's just like silently shuffling. Then now with light, you can just dead. You see him
rod to.
Yeah. You see how Wolfgang kind of just sits there on the floor. Did you find any way of opening for me?
No, not yet.
I have an idea. Didn't we find some water back in the lab that somebody took?
It's not drinkable water. It's like... it's alchemy water that will probably kill him if he drinks it just like that.
Not something I could shape, is what you're saying.
I mean, technically speaking, for chemistry, you want the purest water possible.
Yes, but that's why
but
it's
you could
old.
still use it as a catalyst for casting Create Water.
Mm-hmm.
Or
We'll
as...
Run back, grab some of the files, create water to store it, and use that to bust the lock open. That's all right.
There is no lock on this one. I said there is just
the
two
issue. Yeah, that was the issue I was trying to say.
Steel rods. Yes, sir.
there is flame.
Yes.
There is a flame nearby.
Yes.
And do I find a piece of iron somewhere?
Yes.
Good. I would like to heat metal on the bars and try to bend them, kind of.
Well,
If that works, I don't know.
It would make it easier to bend them.
yeah.
But we would
I've
need a
had this-
tool to bend with.
Yeah, I've had
Yeah,
the
I mean,
same
Navin has
problem in
to.
another game. But it was
Looking
a
around
lot-
the cell, does there seem to be some sort of
I like the idea. I like the idea. You can definitely expend that and then spend. How long is the concentration in total? I believe it's like up to 1 minute.
Let's
Or no,
see,
it-
one
yeah, it's
action up to 1 minute. Yes,
Up to 1 minute. So
concentration.
1 minute of holding that, and then Navin can make me an athletics check.
Yeah.
Normal, not with disadvantage.
Not disadvantage. Ooh.
Not with disadvantage.
Nice.
Athletics, go!
Nice. You manage to you put your thing in. This is like your improvised weapon is probably gonna break with
Yeah,
this, but
Yeah.
and like he looks at you and like you have to wait a long ass time for this to like go down in degrees. He sure as hell ain't going through the steel.
Yeah.
And then like as you're doing this, Garris and Morgan kind of like standing outside in the room. You look underneath one of the tables where you see a small like lever.
Wonder what this does.
You pull it, and the two unbroken steel beams just up into the the roof, and
Must have
So what we learned.
must have worked.
after some time, Wolfgang just kind of, thank you very much.
I helped him as carry him and
Yeah. What day is it?
sort of.
You remember
I
the last
have
was
no-
the 13th of Reaping.
13th of Reaping is the last I remember, but Lord knows how many days have passed.
I've been in here for a fortnight.
See if we can get you some water.
Yes, please.
Is there anything off about Wolfgang's appearance?
He's very meager. He is like from the many times that you've seen him, unless this is like a doppelganger or a shapeshifter, there is no way this is an illusion. There is no way that this is like even an alter self spell. You would be certain that you could tell the difference with.
There's no shadow tentacle on his body, though.
No, there's not. He kind of gets out. Navin probably helps him move as you get out into the room. And now you are in this big room with the steel door that looks like it's a weird-ass groovy
But this
bot.
this was still a door, right?
Behind the table, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, behind the table there is a door,
I will.
a large steel door that seems to have two handles.
Yeah, I will. As soon as Morgan does his shit,
Yep.
I just flip over the table or just move it or whatever.
Just flipping over the table is very hard. It's also like
Okay, I'll just try to
all
move
of
it.
the like this table will need to be dismantled before you can get to the door behind. All of the regions and every ingredient will like get flopped over if you start going ham.
Okay, no.
So is this like an amount of ingredients I couldn't feasibly carry with me?
Like no, it's like you having no bag, absolutely. And most of the ingredients are old and dry. They aren't like that very potent. The only potent ones that you find were the ones to the giant strength potion.
Interesting. Then in that case, I think I will attempt to make it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an alchemy tool check.
Alchemist's tools does whatever an alchemist does.
Yep. Wolfgang will
Where is
happily
it?
drink. He like gobbles it down. He even goes down on the floor and like drinks up whatever's there, and then just sits back. And you hear like Morgan after some time, very careful. I want you to make me a sleight of hand, just on top of this.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't want to do that.
You don't have a choice.
Crap, I should have cast guidance on myself first.
You should have.
Oh, Tim,
Nice.
somebody
Yes.
in chat. The master man is writing to you in chat.
Oh, yes. He's making the alchemist tool check.
Yeah,
What up
fine.
then? Okay, yes. You can add the D6 to the alchemist tool. Go for it. That's fine. For this time, we will retcon it. That actually helps. Nice. So
Yay.
you hear like the eureka coming from Morgan as he finishes this, and for once, so you would see like you wouldn't know like what the toe is or whatever it is that you pull in, and you have no idea what type of giant it is until you pull it in, and when the vial starts like forming, you see like this just very dark blue water, and then above the water there's like this storm cloud that forms and just like saps small lightnings down, and you have made a storm giant potion.
Interesting.
Very nice.
What does that do?
It gives a person 29 strength.
Holy crap. Does it do anything lightning-y?
Nope.
So what's the difference between a storm giant potion and an
It's just
Fire
the level of strength. Fire giant would be 27, I believe.
It's the flavor that's different.
Yes, the flavor and the amount of strength. Yes, Sarah.
I'll turn to Navin and just see if do you want to help me open the door?
Well, let's give it a try. I don't know if we're going to be able to get this open.
Before we open the door that is obviously not meant to be opened easily, maybe we should check the one that can't be opened easily first.
Why?
Which one do you mean? The other one has a large piece of furniture in the way, and the other one seems to be bolted shut without a lock.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I think this one. I'm standing like next to the one where the ghost was released, freed. I think this door is probably easiest to start with. Otherwise,
Sure.
we'll have to dismantle that. Just to see. Maybe it's not even that difficult. Maybe it just looks tougher.
Yeah, you take a hold of this and like you try to, but it's like, no way in fucking hell is your measly human strength opening this.
Yeah, it's. I don't think this door is.
What about a measly storm giant strength?
I don't think this door is going open. I think we'll have to take apart the table.
Yep, let's do that.
We could, and I hate to bring this up, use the potion that Morgan has just created.
He only knows what it does. We don't know.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I would have relayed what I was
Okay.
able to make with the reagents, but I would also point out that this is basically the definition of overkill, especially if disassembling the table is an option.
Maybe there is a hidden lever somewhere we haven't found. Similar to the one.
Also possible.
I start
shouldn't go too quickly.
trying to dismantle the
And
table.
as you do that, Wolfgang can have been drunk a little bit more. Do you know how long he's been gone? He usually comes in and checks on me.
No idea.
Ooh.
The wizard, Stormsire, whatever the fuck his name is.
Where does it come from?
Fucking door, I don't know. I've been locked in the damn cell and it's pitch
Well,
black
you could
dark.
fucking guess. Where do you think it was?
Are you fucking daft or something? You saw where I've been locked away. And there seems to only be one place where you can enter unless that you teleporting.
And Navin looks
Did
at Kowèn,
you recognize
being
the
very different.
teleportation circle?
Like you're asking him?
Did you see him teleport? Because there was a teleportation circle in there.
I have been locked in the fucking cell for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I have
because-
eaten once since then.
Kristoff wouldn't complain.
He looks at you with just open disbelief. I don't fucking have to wonder why my parents wouldn't let you marry my sister. You fucking country bumpkin.
Yeah, we can do that shit later. Right now, we need to know where the fuck this guy is coming from. Just anything you can remember. I'm not trying to be mean.
Based
Oh,
on
you
the fact-
think there's literally 3 places where we can come from? Not even that. There is a door, and then there's a teleportation circle. Does it fucking matter?
Yes, it does fucking matter. Does the door open or not? Do you hear him just pop up from nowhere?
I think even though Kowèn is in like defense mode, what he's saying you have experienced yourself. Being without food for 7 days means that you are basically unconscious whilst being conscious.
Yep.
Like you know very well that one does not remember anything.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, so even though he knows that, he's still precious to this man.
He does a little bit, but then after a while he realizes, what the fuck am I doing? So he's like, oh shit, sorry.
Could we block the circle, perhaps? Prevent him from coming in that way?
I could put a spell on it, just to make sure that anyone who does step into it will be in a nasty surprise. It's not a spell I'm particularly good at.
I was thinking if we put the table in it, maybe it doesn't work, or can we destroy the circle?
But by the same wait. Before you destroy the circle, by the same token, consider this: if I were a wizard attempting to design a prison, I would make it as difficult to enter and exit as possible. A teleportation circle is fairly difficult to use, and it's entirely possible that that is the only entrance and/or exit to this place.
I'll get a spell on it.
Please do not destroy it until you have confirmed that we will still have a way out.
Can you use a teleportation circle? I cannot. I don't know
Nor
any of
can
you
I.
can. Then we are at the whim of our captor, and the circle is meaningless for us.
Or, consider this, we wait for him to come here, punch him many times in the face, and force him to let us go.
Don't think he's going to ever let us go willingly, since he has the power and can just not let us go.
You remove the table at some difficulty, open the door behind, and at first you see a tunnel, and you're like, yes, but it is blocked with rocks.
I look to the man that we got out, and very like apologetic and everything. I try to like I'm sorry. Do you need any help? Does he have any wounds or anything like that?
No. He's just looking as though he's about to like die from malnourishment.
Okay.
Like a little bit like after Holocaust.
Yeah.
Like
We'll fix up something for you.
Anyone have any food?
Oh.
I don't think anyone does.
Garris will take a quick look around the collapsed room and head back if there's nothing to see.
There is nothing.
Can I take parts of the table and put it on the circle? Just like pile every piece of junk and just put it on the circle.
Sure, absolutely.
Would the wizards know if that would do anything?
Nope, you have no idea. Like,
Fair enough.
you don't know enough about spell circles. Okay, you are left with one place to check.
Look for like on the side of the door if there's like any loose fitting, if there's a lever or anything. No.
Nope.
I'll spend
There
my
is a
time
single
looking.
handle.
Yeah, there's a handle? I thought it was
The handle that you pulled
that
on to
was
try and
like-
open it.
yeah.
Yeah.
We could go through the wall.
And how do you plan on doing that?
Magical pickaxe that we don't have.
Diamond
That is a
pickaxe.
wonderful plan. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure.
Could you, with like the metal tools, like file off the mortar, or like what kind of building blocks are the walls made of? Or like, is it like super straight walls with very little gap in between? I
Yes.
guess?
Like,
Would a shatter be able to get through the door?
no. 8 inch of steel. So,
Seems to be... Yeah, okay.
like, Gavin, I mean, you have been pulling at this, and it's like,
Yeah.
it would give way.
Oh, you said
If
8
it was
inches?
stronger.
If I had some rest. Oh, I just maybe if I had some more power or strength, just to.
I'm going to smile at Garris and say, "Well, it's not a magical pickaxe, but..." and then I just walk directly through the door, using ethereal form.
Yep, and you can do that once. And I just want to, before you do this, what happens if there is no way to get out from the other side? What if there is no way of opening the door on the other side? Morgan has this thought before he goes through.
Kind of.
I'll just take a long
Then
rest
I'm
and do
just
it again.
separated.
Then you're separated.
If you're trapped on, he hasn't told us what he's planning to do.
No, but
Kind of a.
Can I inspect the middle item while you think it over?
yeah, it seems.
So since it says I can pass through a wall no thicker than 5 feet, can I
Yep.
go halfway through and then come back, or do I have to continue in one direction the entire time?
I will say that you can have a look, but then you have to step back.
I would like to have a look.
Okay. You
So I'm
look
going
through.
to be using this ability.
Yep. You look through, and you see a ladder going up.
Oh, there's light on the other side.
Was there any, like, if I look down and around, is there any way of prevent opening the door from the other side?
Not that you see if there is a keyhole, but
Keyhole.
So we just see
and
him
then
stick
you have
his,
to step back.
Do we just see him stick his
Yeah,
head in
he
there?
just stick his half his being through, and then comes
I've
back.
never seen that, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Probably not.
I'm just like,
Certainly.
It's
yes.
very useful when you're an archaeologist and you're stuck somewhere and you want to see what's on the other side.
Yeah. Sort of like poke to make sure he's like not ethereal.
No, it's not.
Sorry.
I'm still
just-
here. I'm still here.
Yeah, just making sure.
I saw a ladder going up and a keyhole on the other side of this door.
Alright, so we need to get through the door then. By the way, you could do... That is a cool spell. Could you do that the entire time?
Occasionally. I didn't end up needing to, and I thought I would need it a second time. And I did.
Right, fair enough.
I think that it all boils down to Tim having to trying to tell you in very nice ways what you have to do.
It's drink the potion and open the door, but I want to save it.
I like the potion. Alright.
meanwhile, can I look around the entire place trying to find some sort of something to eat?
There is nothing unless you want to eat zombie.
Yeah.
7 days hunger
Technically-
enough? Zombie eating hunger.
Technically, is he starving? Is that what he's doing, or is he dying of thirst right now?
He's not dying of thirst.
Okay,
He
good.
drank water when it was multiplied.
Okay, yeah. Fuck.
Well,
And we can be in this place the entire session now and next session. The only thing
Might-
that's happening is you wasting time.
you might not have the hammer, but you still look like you could apply some force with those arms of yours. Maybe the leg of that table. But I think the best option is for you to drink this and see if you can't batter that door down.
What is it?
A potion that will give you the strength of a giant. Or at least that's what it's what they say when they teach you how to make it.
Yes. Well, I mean, I suppose I would. And if we don't have the time
I
to
believe
wait,
in Elvish it's called like steroids or something like that.
I don't know any of that. I'm still very tired from our previous journeys, and I don't know if the strength is holding me back or if my tiredness is holding me back.
You can do it. I think you can do it. You
Thank you, Kowèn, but
you busted out of the cell.
True.
So
Well,
just get
I'll
yourself
try,
out of here.
but I'll try it, sure. And sort of like,
Yep.
And I would like to use
yeah.
guidance to tell him the best place on the door to punch through.
yeah.
So you drink this potion, and it has a very, touching electric fence kind of sensation in your entire body, and it's very weird. Like you notice how you go from like you are big and strong, but like your arms just like they become legs, and your thighs and your legs they become like multiplied. Like
It's like
you
barrels instead. Like
and it's like you go to the door, you take
can't bend
it,
my
and you
arms.
Does the boxer
rip it open.
still
Cover him? Yes,
very
you know
flexible.
what? No, he breaks out of them.
Now the
So it's just
Hulk.
like, I just, there's no check needed or anything. Just like you rip this thing off,
Almost bend
and
it
you
as
have
well.
so much strength that like Garris has to duck down, roll forward not to get smacked by this door. As you reveal the, I'm gonna just pull you guys down here a bit, the ladder on the other side, and I actually think that here is where we will end off today's session.
Less. Will we be free, or will we be captured again and then tortured by our whistle enemies?
So with that, I would like to thank any viewers that have joined the stream. There are other streams that are done on this channel. There is one on Saturdays 7 CDT, which is Californian, Central Time. Is it CDT or PST? Anyway, 7 late on Saturdays for any European fans. It is around 7 for the Americans. There is an additional stream at Sundays for 7 CEST, where there is Carpe Diem. We have Mondays, which is of Champions and Demons. That's Sarah here streams, also at 7 CEST. And then we have this stream that starts at also 7 CEST on Tuesdays. And there might also be additional extra streams for my game on Thursdays when everybody is able to and I can afford to. I have the effort to is the word. So with that said, if you haven't already, join us in the Discord and you'll be able to see when there is a stream outcoming and just join and chat and have get help if you want for your own DMing, learn how to play as well, and also possibly join in and play as a player in one-shots done by the DMs for the worlds that you are viewing.
Yes. All right. So thank you, everybody, and we will see you next time. So, good night.
See you later.